don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. Get addicted to the content, gotta binge watch. If you don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clock it. They don't wanna miss a second of this HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. What's up? What's going on? It's your girl Tanya with the Hood Table. Please make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Please and thank you very kindly. But yes, it is Friday, y'all. It is Juneteenth weekend. Like, is y'all excited? Hey, if y'all one of these, no matter where you are on the spectrum of colors, no matter how light you are, how dark you are, how mixed you are, how pure you are, if you my sister or my brother, you better be glad it's Juneteenth weekend. Well, not. Let me rephrase that. Not be glad that it's Juneteenth, but be thankful of Juneteenth, because it really does represent a lot. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying? But it is Juneteenth weekend, and I don't know about y'all city, but our city, every Juneteenth weekend, we have a celebration, and it be literally from like the 13th through the 19th. And on the off years, like every other year, we have Omaha Days. What's actually called Native Omaha Days. And I'm sure some of y'all have cities where you are from where they have like Native Days. And Native Days here in Omaha, which are just like some other cities, where everybody who is from the city, whether they retire somewhere else, have to move somewhere else for a job, for the military, whatever, they come back home from the place that they know as home for like a week-long celebration. What's up, bro?
Being bombarded by these grandkids.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Look at they everywhere. You know what? Hold up.
Bishop 420 with the Henny in the house.
Come here, man. Come here. Come and say hi. Come say hi to the team.
Hey, baby.
That's Brayden. Say hi.
How you doing? Y'all being good?
Fat man.
Don't lie. I'ma know if you lie. Oh, look at them eyes.
That's what I got to deal with.
Oh, they're cute.
You can't have the phone. You can't have the phone.
You said what?
They going in, and they full of energy. And once they were just sleepy, now they grandpa.
It's the weekend.
Right, and then they know it's Father's Day weekend too, so it's
y'all about to turn up this weekend.
I ain't turning up nothing, so it's kind of tight, you know. I mean, I can, but I don't know. I'm gonna try something different, man. I probably do. I'm gonna chill with the family, man. I'm just gonna
Even if you're just with the family, because I know it's hot as fish grease down there. I talked to my cousin.
Oh yeah, girl, it is hotter than P Valley. It's hotter than P Valley pussy down here, girl.
Man, I talked to my cousin in San Antonio today. She said it's so hot down here.
It's so hot.
So what's the temperature down there?
Yeah, it's been 100 plus, but on a regular at least 98. But if you don't stop biting me and get it's been about 100 plus. So it's like real talk. Heat index at least been about 103, 104.
That's what my cousin said, and she in San Antonio, so she below y'all.
Oh yeah, so it's even hotter.
Yeah, they closer to the border or the equator or whatever.
Yeah, it's way high. I mean,
sound like it's about to rain.
Yeah, I think it's because I smell the rain.
Ooh, that's even horrible because it's gonna be like humid, right? And then it's gonna be like,
oh man, that you know what? That's about to be awful. Because you know why?
Stay in the house.
It ain't even that. It's just the fact it's coming in the morning. That's ooh man, that doggone ground gonna be sweltering and the grass gonna be. It's just gonna be muggy.
Mm-hmm. And I hate that. That's what I hate the most, the mugginess. Because it'd be like unbearable trying to breathe it, and it don't let you have asthma. Don't have asthma.
Oh yeah, it's a wrap. Especially if the allergens or the pollen is high.
Oh, the pollen here is bad. I was driving home today on my lunch break, and I was just like, and I could see the shit just flying in the air, on the way home. I was like,
You said you was driving home on your lunch break.
Yeah, I do get a lunch break. I said I'm driving home.
Your lunch break consists of what you driving to the kitchen?
No, I was on my lunch break. I was gone out the house.
Where you going, fat man? Where y'all get all this energy from? Good googly.
Yeah, I have to run to Home Depot to get some stuff for my patio because my nephew was working on my patio today.
Right.
So I went to Home Depot on my lunch, and then when we was coming back, we could see it flying all around the pollen.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's hey, you got to do what you got. I'm seeing what Look at him. He's like I'm chilling with Papa. Now he want to act up.
Well, that's because his mama got his cousin. He ain't
having that. Well, stop hitting stuff, dude. What you doing? See, that's what happens with grandparents. Oh, wait till Yaya get. Ooh, he gonna really be going in. Sis, what you do? You over there meditating?
No, I was texting my sister back.
Oh, I'm about to say all hum that radio or something. What you had? You had an anime moment.
No, my sister. Well, my nephew did my patio. My nephew did my patio. So his mom was texting me. She said, "Oh, my son did a good job." And so I was texting her back saying, "Yeah, he did a really
that's what's up. I mean, that's what's up for real. Cause I'm about to say You know what? You know that one side. I don't know what's. Oh my lord, boy.
That's because
I don't know that one side that you got with the fence.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at that, right? You ever thought about putting a privacy pencil on that line, girl?
Yeah, but not right now. I
ain't talking about right now. I'm just future.
I thought about it, but then I'm like, fuck it. I ain't doing it right now because they got a privacy fence up. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I ain't talking about the chain link fence. I'm talking about
the neighbors got privacy fence along our fence. So we're not in no rush to do it.
Oh, okay, I got you. See, I thought I'm talking about that one side that he was showing the most on the picture.
Yeah, there's a white wooden
okay, I thought that was like a. Okay, I got you. Yeah, well, yeah, you got it's valid.
On some of the pictures, but they got a privacy fence all around their yard.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm working on my yard right now, the front yard, and then on July 15th, I got some Mexicans. No offense to anybody, but I got some Mexicans coming out on the 15th, and they gonna because my retaining wall needs to be redone. But the front part where the retaining wall is, that really needs to be redone. They're grading it down. I'm gonna just have them slope the hill down, and then just redo the retaining wall on both sides and surround.
Make sure them niggas is bonded at least
on both sides of the garage.
Make sure they at least bonded, if nothing else.
These people are They do
Oh, I
great.
know. I know.
They
I
do
didn't
really
work
good
with
work.
I didn't work with some SA contractors back in the day. Some of them is not all of them, but some of them is pretty solid, and legit for
Yeah,
real. What about
these
they
dudes
shit?
are solid. Yeah, these dudes are solid. I've seen a lot of their work, and I got some recommendations for them.
So they know how to do foundation work, 'cause that's big down here.
That's what they do. A lot of foundation work, and they build houses, remodel houses, fix
All right.
houses, all that kind of stuff. So
I'm about to get a hold of them. We might have to get some estimates. 'Cause there's
yeah,
some things that need to go on.
yeah, I got some estimates. I did. I got some estimates on my patio too, and I ended up getting my nephew to do it. He was like, "Auntie, just give me whatever you think my work is worth."
No, getting right. Yeah, that'll encourage him to keep it
I
moving.
hit
You
him up
know,
real good. Trust.
he gonna get certified, and it's a wrap. He can charge top dollar.
But see, he works for big companies. He get contracted, and a lot of times when he get contracted, he be out of town
Oh
for like
yeah,
a
he
month.
good there.
He be working on big trial like this. I can't remember, but one of the richest people in the world, they own like this ski thing.
Mm.
And so he was on that contract to remodel
Okay,
the hotel and all that. So he does like big work.
got you.
So
Yeah, I feel you.
he
I
can
feel
do
you, sir.
anything. He can do anything to a house, to property, anything.
That's
Hey,
how. That's
what's up,
how.
Connie? What's up, Kelly? How y'all doing?
That's
What's
how
up,
you got. That's how you got to expand yourself. You know what I'm
Connie?
saying?
I see that the pastor is back, Pastor Wilson.
I didn't heard and see. Here's the thing. The reason why I ain't
Mr.
really been on,
Wilson.
I've
I
been trying
love
to
it. What's
catch
that
up.
show? Bro, Dennis the Menace.
Yeah,
Mr.
I,
Wilson.
I've been trying to catch up on some things because doing that 8:30 to 5:30 bullshit.
Oh, he back and he like 60 pounds lighter. He done lost like 60 pounds in like a few weeks.
Oh wow, that ain't good at all. Is
He said he
that
didn't
good?
use no surgery. I need to know what he doing. 60 pounds and
He might be stroking or getting
take
stroke.
people months to lose, months and months to lose. No, you gonna hit that link, Connie. Hold up. Connie said, don't make me hit your link. Hold up. Hey to Miss TR, what's up? Y'all know it's Friday. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all
Girl, I didn't work hard all week. I ain't mad. I got my grandbaby. This is funny because my baby girl, she said, Grandpa.
man.
They both been all over. I
But
love
yeah,
that, man.
bro, I got the Mexicans coming. I got so many Mexicans contact and contractors in my phone and in my wallet because I'm gonna just be straight up with you. I went to a whole bunch of different people that look like me, trying to get some prices, trying to get some quotes, trying to get some work done.
And they bullshitting. That's all it is.
On my patio, right? I mean, I got other stuff around the house. I found me an electrician. I
But
found
there
me
it
a
is.
carpenter and my
Oh yeah, them boys is the truth.
but yeah, Black Power, Rita Bella. I gave
Yeah,
you.
them boys. Yeah, I know the brothers. I know some of his peoples.
Yeah, I sent you that information. That's who been doing my electrical work.
Yeah, they nice,
I
but I
have
know.
electrical issues, but I'm adding lights and adding, things like that around the house, and so they've been doing a good job. But I've been calling people who look like me, and I ain't been getting no responses, no services, no
Man,
nothing.
see, that's what I'm saying.
And so
Down here,
when
man, you
reach
wouldn't get
out to
that,
the
man.
Mexicans or reach out to somebody else, then people want to get mad and say we're not supporting our own. But
Shit.
the Mexicans, they say, "What's your address?" I'll come through to give you a quote estimate. They right there.
Especially the free ones. They ain't about to charge. I ain't about to charge you for no estimate. For what?
Shoot, they right there. And then the man, when he came, like after I got like the third estimate, the man said, when you want it done? And I said, well, what's y'all schedule like? And he said, well, we booked for like the next 3 weeks. And I said, okay. I said, I can wait that long. Then he was trying to come around July 4th. I said, oh, hell no, y'all ain't tearing up my yard on the holiday weekend. And I be having barbecues and all that kind of stuff. So they doing it on the 15th of July. They're going to come out and they said it's going to take 2 weeks.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it'll be worth it though. It'll be worth it.
they pulling up 7 small trees too.
Yeah, it'll be worth it.
Yeah, they pulling up like 7 trees that I don't want along the border of the house. and they removing all the old retaining wall bricks, and they graded my hill down. So it's gonna take like
Oh, so
2 weeks.
you don't want no trees on your property?
No, I got a lot of trees. I got a lot
Are
of
you trying to
trees.
cut back?
The trees that
Well, you
I'm
know,
referring,
trees is good.
but listen, bro, the trees that I'm referring to is the trees that grow from roots. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. Okay.
Thin,
No, I
those
got
thin
you.
trees,
Yeah.
and they get really tall if you let them keep growing.
Yeah, I know
They're
what you're
not
talking about.
trees. They're root trees.
Oh, you talking about okay? You talking about the milk thistles?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You talking about them thistle bushes,
And they
the
like
spiky
they're
ones?
not bushes. They're not bushes. They look like trees, but they look like small trees, and they're really light brown. Like trees are dark brown.
Oh, okay. I know what you're
Light
talking about.
brown
Yeah,
trees, and they
yeah. They
real
grow from the
tall.
root. Yeah, you got to
They
dig them
grow
up.
from the roots. But
You
like I
got to
told
dig
you,
them
when
up.
I bought this house, the house was totally flipped and gutted, but the yard, they didn't do nothing to the
Yeah.
yard. So I'm like, okay, I really love the house. I love the location. I love the price. I'm getting that low interest rate before it go up. Thank God I got in when I got in, and
Huh?
all I have to do is work on the what do they call it, bro? The
Which part?
curb
'Cause I
appeal.
know.
The curb appeal.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
You
yeah.
got to get your curb appeal right.
Right, right,
Grass, bush. You know, your
right.
landscape trimming.
Yeah,
You
landscape,
know,
landscape, landscape.
so you got to get that right. You got to get your landscape right. Landscaping is what's gonna make it all.
Yep.
That's next to the kitchen and bathroom
Thank
remodel.
you. Thank you. So that's why I got the house at a really good rate too.
Yeah, roofing. You know what I'm saying? When
I
you
got the house at a good rate because or a good price because it needed some landscaping.
oh yeah, when you do your landscaping, that's about to make your house
I
quicker.
know. I
Yeah,
know.
like what I said, take your time. Do you what you doing on the back porch is a maintenance upgrade.
I'm
And
doing a wood
that's just a regular upgrade. It's not an extravagant upgrade, but it's a imagine what you do once you really if you just want to be an ass. Like honestly, now, I'm just gonna be honest with you. If it was me,
Oh, I'm sorry. Connie's in the background. Hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't even see you,
yeah,
babe. I was looking at a different screen. I don't know how long she been waiting up here. Hold on, babe. Let me put my banner up. I know it's probably you, Connie, but just in case. Just in
yeah,
case.
Me.
with the brick, yeah, sister,
Connie,
I had
boo.
to put it.
Hey,
I had
it's
to put
me.
Hey,
that's
baby. Hold
childish.
on.
That is so childish.
Don't get me. He always get mad when I put R. Kelly up there. Looking like he ready to piss on somebody. But anyway,
Hey, Bishop.
Connie, I hear your wife laughing in the background.
Hey, that's some nigga shit.
He look like he ready to piss on somebody in the courtroom. But
Y'all
Connie,
appreciate yourself.
now why did you tell me don't let you hit that link?
Cause you know why.
I know you don't like that man.
But I ain't gonna lie now. The man been looking kind of good up over
Yeah.
there on. I didn't look at the video, but I saw the thumbnail and I said, oh, Pastor
He
must have
looked
went and
like
had a little lap, he done went and had a little lap band surgery or something.
girl. He looked like he used to look when he first came on. But do you know? Have you ever been to his original YouTube channel?
The James Wilcox channel?
Yeah, and you
Yes,
see there on one of those channels, he's thick. He's like
yes.
thicker, and then on some of them he's small. So I think he's just one of those persons who gain weight, lose weight, gains
His
weight.
weight fluctuates.
Yeah, his weight fluctuates like that.
But come on,
He
65
lost
pounds
like
in 2 weeks.
60
Come on
pounds,
now. That's a little reaching. 65 pounds in 2 weeks.
and
Come
that's why
on.
everybody talking about he had the surgery. But I ain't gonna say he had the surgery because I don't know. But that's a way to be losing really really fast. Like normally you're supposed to lose like what 2 pounds a week.
I don't know. I'm trying to lose 2 pounds in a month and it ain't working.
Girl,
Listen, what's happening is I'll lose it and then I gain it right back. Like I'm retaining too much water. Like I feel bloated.
hey
And
Tanya,
I'm
go
drinking.
ahead, Katie. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, babe.
What I was saying was I think I'm retaining too much water. Like I'm drinking a lot of water, but it's like I'm retaining too much because I still look bloated. Like my face is puffy. My face is not used to being this puffy. Like my body is like bloated.
Oh, my body
So
bloated all over. All over.
and I'm just trying to figure it out. So I can't talk too much about his weight issues, but
And I'm not talking about
listen.
his weight issues either, but it is interesting how a lot of people think he had a surgery. Hey, View. Hey, beautiful.
Hey,
Hey,
Bill.
hey, is that Miss Connie?
Yeah,
It is.
How you doing,
Saturday,
baby?
ma'am. Saturday.
yeah.
Oh,
Miss Beautiful Connie, and then my bro up at the top, Bishop 420 with the Henny.
hi, Bishop 420 with the Henny. How y'all doing?
I didn't tell him hey 2 times and he still ain't say hey, so he must ain't heard
He
me.
must be
He's
on
on
mute.
mute.
He's probably on
He's
mute.
on mute.
Oh,
My bad. Yeah, I got my grandbabies. You know what I'm talking about? So you know what I'm saying. My
oh,
bad,
you got
family.
the
How
little
y'all
ones
doing?
with you.
Yeah, I got. Yeah,
Okay.
we got the grandbabies over the weekend. So you know,
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
my
that's
bad. How
nice.
y'all doing? Y'all know what it is. You know,
I get
Good.
mine tomorrow.
no
Yeah, but
Oh,
disrespect. I come from.
talk about the pastor and his weight loss and things
Yeah, I got
like
to
that.
get into it. I
I
got
need
to
to
get
find out
into
what's his
it.
regimen. I need to find out what his regimen.
I sure do because 65 pounds in 2 weeks. I'm just my goal is just to lose 30.
Oh,
That's
that's when he lost 65 pounds.
In two
Alleged. I mean,
weeks.
did he get on the
He
scale?
said he lost 60, but it's only been like, well, I don't, okay, I'm not gonna say 2 weeks because he damn near been off here 2 weeks and he had already lost weight before then. So I'll probably say like maybe 2 months. I'll say 60
He got
pounds in
a
2 months.
hell of a workout
You know,
resume, or
that's
he,
That's a lot of weight. That's still a lot of weight to lose in a couple of months.
yeah.
yeah.
you said a
But
couple of
he
months
ain't
or a
stood
couple
up
of
or
weeks.
nothing.
Which one is
Stand
it?
up.
Right of you. He didn't stand up. So,
Yeah, he
he
looked
could
the same
still
to
be
me
holding
from the
on to
neck
that
up.
gut.
Yeah,
Tell
he
him
looked like a
stand
neck
up on
up.
them hoes. Tell him stand up on them hoes.
Yeah,
Cause
stand
you
up.
said,
Stand
hold
up.
on, you said,
Right.
Stand up in it.
did you say a
Stand up.
couple
Be
of
like
weeks?
me.
You
Mhm.
said what, bro?
Did y'all say a couple of weeks?
No, it's
Two.
actually been about 2 months.
Oh, okay. I'm
No,
about to
no,
say, cause if
no.
it's a
Two.
couple of weeks, he leaking for real.
Oh
No,
no,
two. It's
he been,
been 2 weeks. It's been
but
2 weeks since he's been gone now.
right, but he said he lost 60 pounds altogether. You know, he was losing weight already before he
Oh, okay. I see what you're
Oh, okay.
saying.
I'm about
Yes.
to
so
say, cause
Okay.
yeah, so if he leaking, if he was 60, if he lost 65 pounds the last couple of weeks while he been going, yeah, he been leaking for real. Something wrong with that brother.
he said leaking.
Not
Yeah,
leaking.
he
I can't
leaking.
hate on the weight loss though, because I mean, if you can do it, you have the means to do it.
That's
Go
what I'm
ahead
talking
and
about.
Yeah,
do it.
I ain't talking about the weight loss part. I ain't worried about that. I mean, yeah, that could be done. He leaking.
If he
Yeah,
lost 60
something wrong.
pounds,
Something
60
wrong with
pounds
that
that
brother.
fast, I'm gonna need him to put his I'm gonna need him to put his
He getting
whatever
stressed
he
out,
doing on
man.
his community wall. That's
He
what I
getting
need. I need him
stressed
to put it on the
out.
community wall. What you done did
Yeah,
so I can lose 60 pounds too.
Leaking like a bad transmission, child.
yeah, he
Cause
getting stressed out,
I
dude.
want to go work out, but I told my son the other day, I said I think I'm gonna buy me some equipment for home because
He
I'm not ready to
pucker
go back to the gym yet. I'm just like, and I used to be in the gym all the time before the Rona hit, but I'm not.
Mm.
I don't want to go to the gym. I just don't.
I've
I know,
been
right?
doing
Because you
stuff.
just got some trifling ass folks out here. They just nasty. And then you got all these
Yeah,
goddamn friends and kins and quins and all in
they
betweens
was
and all
nasty
that other.
before the Rona. I don't know how many times I would see people get off equipment and don't wipe it down.
And don't wipe it down.
And then don't wash
Even
their hands after they go
I
to the
wipe it
bathroom.
down. Even if because we have a gym here in my apartment. And listen, I don't care. If I see you coming off and you wipe it, I don't care. I'm just gonna wipe it down regardless, because I'm not taking for granted the fact that they have a disinfectant station and all that. I'm wiping it down anyway. And when I
Yeah,
leave, I
people are
wipe it
bad
down.
for us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But did you see how people was in his chat? Didn't nobody want to hear him talk about no damn family reunions, walking no dog, or going to the gym. They was like, so I guess he ain't gonna address the
Come
elephant.
in.
They were like, I guess you ain't gonna address the elephant in the room. And did you see when who was that who jumped on there? Tofu Ali, Sir King?
Oh wow, he came up there. I didn't see, like I said, I didn't see the video. I saw the thumbnail.
Man, Sir King was up there. But bro, you talking about this is your life and you don't want your life on YouTube or you don't want, but you talk about everybody. Sir King was like, you talk about everybody's business. Let's talk about everybody's business.
Oh well, shit, girl. I'm in the wrong business then. I need to
But
get
he
me
don't want
some.
nobody talking about him.
Well, that ain't right. You gotta be in order to be the best to talk about somebody. You don't want nobody talking about you.
I don't know if you what you think.
Hold on. Let me put my
You have to
camera.
give
I'm
me a
trying to move
second.
my
I'm gonna come back
camera
to
over
this.
here. Hold on.
I love you. I love the look of you.
I
You
know.
know,
Hmm.
I can't see myself. Hold
Look
on.
at
I
them
can, I can
locks,
not myself, but I can't see the chat. I'm trying to see
little
the
pretty
chat.
curly locks. I see you.
Child, this wig is so dirty. This wig, I'm not dirty, old, and this wig needs to be thrown out. I don't like. Hold on, I'm trying to move this camera. This thing is so old. Thank you. I can't wear it out. It's not a good wig. I'm gonna buy another one just like it though. I do like the style.
Hmm.
I'll be wanting some long wigs, but it'd be in the summertime. It's just too hot.
Yeah.
There.
And if you're down south right now, I don't know where you at, but I know my bro is down in Texas. It's like triple digits down there. It is so
Oh,
hot.
It
there we
hasn't
go.
gotten hot. It hasn't gotten hot here where I'm at. We had what, 60, 68, 69 a day.
Oh,
So
y'all got nice, decent weather.
yeah, we have really good summers, like really good. Like I don't miss the South for that. I was raised in the South,
Yeah.
but I don't miss the South for that reason. That heat, man, like as soon as you hit the door and you leaving out your house, as soon
Yep.
as you hit the door, it
You
just
can't wear no
whoosh.
makeup.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't sit on your patio. You can't. It's too
Until early in the morning or
girl.
late in the evening, like my mama. When she go in her garden early in the morning.
My
Early.
like 5 times. That's my bro, and I got other family down there too. But I've been down there like 5 times, and I cannot in the summertime. I cannot. It's just child. And I
Well,
know
well,
the bills be high as hell to run that central air. Child,
I'm glad Wilson is back. And then I heard Ness No Mess is back. I miss her. She's so
really?
fucking funny.
Hold on,
Yeah.
that's AKA Craig, right?
Yeah, Craig. Craig had Craig would flirt with me, and Craig got Ness No Mess got mad at Craig, which is the same person.
She
And
used to
Ness
kill me
had
with them two
attitude for me
personalities,
for a
though. I ain't
long
gonna-
time. Huh?
Let me
She
tell
used
you.
to kill me with them two personalities.
Oh my mother in heaven, I kid you not. I swear I shall not tell no lie. I knew Craig was net no mess. I just knew the voice. I just knew it. And when it came out, I was like, I knew it. I knew because everybody was trying to guess who that was, and they was like, "Man, you got to be such and such. You sound like such and such." I knew that was Ness No Mess. I knew it. I was like, "Oh my god, that sounds like
I have
Ness."
to turn it down a little bit now.
And
But
he was flirting with Wilson, and Wilson, I
Yeah.
think Wilson kind of liked him a little bit. Wilson was trying to give him the grinder number.
she was with Jay Wilson, and I'm telling you, if that Craig, that other personality, that Craig is fine as fuck. That's no mess, but Craig behind that
Yeah,
camera.
yeah, Ness is real good with doing voiceovers and stuff like that. But as far as Wilson, I don't notice any weight loss. I just look like he just shaved his head, but I can't tell. I got to see the whole body because from the neck up, you can look like anything. But I just know when we saw him with the camera slip, like he was very
Well,
different.
I looked at his side by side pic that people been posting, and you can
You
definitely see the
you can
definition.
tell. Well, that's good.
From the thumbnail. From the thumbnail, I can see his jaws and his shoulders.
Oh,
They're a little bit more thinner. They
well,
are
that's
thinner.
good. That's good. I
Hmm.
like Pastor. I'm glad. I don't call him Pastor. I like Wilson. I do, and so I'm glad he's back.
Child, speak for yourself.
I know. I know. I know.
I don't. I mean, I go over there
Just for
sometime, but
entertainment.
yeah, and he is
Mhm.
entertaining. Now, I'm not gonna lie, he is entertaining. He is entertaining.
A lot of people do like him. I mean, he is very entertaining, but I think the problem is people can't uh how do you say it? View. People can't take the they can't split out the pastor that you're supposed to be a preacher, you're supposed to be a minister, you're supposed to do this, but the way he talked like really bad about people, it's just something we just don't see or want to see, I should say. Like people,
Hmm.
pastor talking
I'm,
to people like he be
mm-mm.
talking to people on here. You would never like
I'm
you
gonna
be like,
tell you, y'all are getting it confused. The school, college that I went to is the School of Theology, even though I'm not in religion and all that. But everybody that studies religion is not a pastor, and so I don't like the fact that he says that he's the pastor. I don't like that because
he's an
a lot of us,
ordained
especially
minister.
Black people, always think everybody's a pastor, minister, and give them their respect and honor.
Yeah,
He
to
just
me,
has
a
a degree in
pastor though is the
religion.
same thing. But to me, a pastor is the same thing as an ordained minister. I mean, it's just one step above.
I thought a pastor mean that you're actively
That exactly,
pastoring a church.
Yeah, you
exactly.
run the
He
church,
just
but
has a degree in religion. That's all he. Just like I have a history degree. Does that make me a professor of history? So I really that drives me nuts when everybody's like, "Oh, pastor, pastor." What church
because
is he a pastor at?
continually says,
But
everybody say that, though, they continue to say that because he continually says, "I'm an ordained
Yeah,
minister."
but I mean, how
He
can
go
you
to
not?
Bible school, but my mother was an ordained minister. I mean, you have to like the pastor has to like give you a certificate. They let you preach like
he's a minister of
every
music.
third Sunday. They let you run the church. Like an ordained minister is like one step down
Here,
from a.
you can say whatever. Where's the paperwork? He is a
It's on
minister
the
of
wall.
music, a
It's on the
musician.
wall. It's on the wall.
Well, can I say this? Can I say this?
It's next to the
He
bookshelf with the rose was probably behind.
based. Oh my goodness. See there.
The
Based off
timeout.
of
The hood table's in timeout.
she done put a selfie in time out, Lord. And he has lived an adjacent life as to a pastor, whatever you want to call it, because they found out he was a chaplain. How you gonna be a chaplain and using your qualifications and your ordainment to help people go on into the next part of their journey? You know what I mean? How
Yeah, I know
how
what
can
you
you do
mean.
that? You can't say, "Well, I'm not a pastor." You a chaplain. I mean, that's a very important, what I'm saying, position to hold yourself in. And you
Yeah,
on YouTube acting like a clown. Like that does not go well with a lot of people,
Right.
you
And let
know.
me
yeah,
tell you
well,
this.
I'm not calling him pastor. I call him Wilson. And
Okay.
people get mad because I'll be like, Wilson, and they'll be like, he's a pastor. I'm like, pastor what? He ain't my damn pastor. No, ma'am. I do not. I went to school with pastors, people that are doctors that have doctors in religions and stuff. I
Oh,
call
I
them
see you. I
James
see you.
and Fred and shit. Why the fuck I gotta call him pastor? No,
And
ma'am.
That's
some
what
of them get mad.
Sounds
the issue with. And welcome to the
sounds
panel.
like
Yeah. He just a
it
YouTuber
sounds
to
like
me.
it
But
sounds
see,
Wilson.
like
a lot of
that he
people
was
have an
the
issue with him. The reason why people be trying to call his jobs, call his church, call his the hospital where he worked is because one minute you're a pastor, you're a chaplain, you're a minister, you're ordained, and woo 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 woo. You as
Yeah.
a chaplain in a hospital, you write as far as like those are the people who sometimes besides your family members they might be the last one to see you before the family even can get there, depending on how soon you pass away or whatever. They might be the one to pray for you before your own pastor can get there. And so a lot of people is like, okay, you one minute you a pastor and you a chaplain and you all this and all that, you singing gospel songs and you used to preach on Sunday and all this kind of other stuff. Let me scroll down. I think I see somebody. Yep, and you want to preach on Sundays and all kind of stuff, but then the next minute you calling somebody a Baptist,
He doesn't preach on
But
Sunday.
uh,
He's on
it
YouTube.
sound he
You're getting
sound
confused.
when he
it
And then
go
sound
on
like
it's a corporation. The hospital's a corporation. They just looking at your resume. Do you have a degree in religion? Yes. Okay, you can do this. And
he
people getting it
sound like
confused,
he
and
sound like
especially the
a
Black
S he
community.
sound like he specialized in STS.
But see, the thing, people, a lot of people think
Man,
it's just fake. A lot of people just think it's just fake. Like, why is you a pastor and you calling a female Baptist bulldagger, a Baptist carpet muncher,
mm-hmm.
daddy
Yeah,
this,
he a
your
salad
daddy
tossing
that,
specialist.
like you
That's why he
dragging
wanted to be a chaplain.
you doing your daddy and your mama jokes and calling her Baptist bulldaggers, and he called her all kind of other stuff. But you an ordained minister.
And I'm not. We're not supposed to be.
Saying what people are saying. This is not just. I'm not giving y'all like my thoughts per se, but you know what the people say on the YouTube.
Yeah.
All the time. So I'm just relaying what we hear other people say. And what's up, Mr. CP?
What's going on? I'm late to the conversation, but can I just ask a devil's advocate question? Is anything of what this man has said true? I mean, not that it matters, but
yeah,
I mean,
really do think he's an ordained minister. I really do think
that. You know, that's not where I'm going.
I mean,
he's talking as far as the insults and stuff.
As far as the
I think he's just a minister of music. He just does. He's a musician. He went to school doing music.
With the bulldagger, but no, the lady is straight. But he always calls her a bulldagger and all this. But
off with his head.
That's just
that's
one.
Because he's specializing in the STS.
That's just one. But then Mr. CP, keep this in mind. He's a gay pastor. So for you to be gay in the community and you calling another woman a Baptist bulldagger and a Baptist carpenter,
that contradicts everything that you should be standing for.
That's why he's not. He's not.
He's a salad tossing specialist.
That's
oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Okay, well that just makes it blasphemy all the way around, because if you're an ordained minister and you're not an pastor and you calling yourself Pastor J. Wilson and you singing all these gospel songs and you're supposed to be so spiritual whenever it's convenient.
Specializing in Kevin Gates syndrome.
I mean, like that's I think he ain't, like you say, he ain't my pastor, so
he acts like he doesn't understand.
The real niggas eat booty.
Why people don't like him. He acts like he don't understand why people don't like him. And that's why I be mentioning what other people feel or say. Because not like you just said, Connie, he ain't your pastor. So to us, to most people, for most people, it don't really mean shit. But there's a lot of people out here who do look at pastors and preachers and ministers in a certain light. Yeah. So that's why a lot of people disrespect him. They try to get him fired. Don't let next week come and somebody find out where he worked. I guarantee you they gonna call down there and show all
on that Bear County ad.
People and him dragging people. It's gonna keep going on and on and on as long as he keep doing the shit that he be doing to other people on YouTube.
He gonna learn this.
He ain't gonna never live. They ain't gonna never let him live. That's what I'm saying. And he acts like he don't understand why.
Oh, he might be special. He might be
his bed to lie in. That's his bed to lie in. You know, that's just like these people who come out and talk about, oh, you in this, oh, you don't belong in my neighborhood, oh, you this, oh, you that. And then the next day they come up fired. Well, guess what? That's the bed you decide to lie in. You lie in it. You know, you deal with that. You didn't think you thought you were untouchable. Mm-hmm. You know, like them two Caucasians in that neighborhood that busted that little black boy's window, said he was speeding. We told you to slow down. We this, we that.
Oh, I heard about it. Yeah, they both got
just
shot.
like that bull. Just like that BS. And I'm surprised that young man held it together as well as he did, because some of us,
you already. Let me shut up.
There ain't no shutting up. They would both called a hot whip.
Let me shut up.
And what would have happened is, some of us wouldn't have got out of there, because, like you said, both them fools got their I's dotted and T's crossed, and that one fool that came out there with a gun would have been blasting.
Oh,
Talking about
on
I
site.
was
Ain't
protecting
no
them.
way nobody gonna just bust my window out.
And then pull out a weapon. Oh yeah, you getting shot on site. Ain't nothing. Sorry. I
But the
had
one,
gun. I was afraid for my life.
but you notice the one dude that had the weapon was walking off.
Cause he know.
Yep,
He
he knew
already
it was
know.
wrong, and he didn't want nothing to do with it.
He bust that gun, then it's a wrap.
I don't understand why people. Hey, just my 5 cent. And Tony Dimple said, "What is the topic of discussion?" Girl, child, you know Friday Night Lives there's no whole bars, no topics,
Oh, I can change it. What y'all want to change it to?
no topics.
I got some
There's
subjects.
so much shit going on, man. Like, well, what the hell going on down? Well, I ain't worried about the Alabama shit, but
Right?
no disrespect to that,
It's
but
a lot of fuck shit going on, and I don't know. I don't understand why people keep trying people in 2020. Like, why y'all keep trying people? That's what I don't understand.
Because that's the way they was raised. That's the way folks was raised.
I'm gonna kill his whole mother family. Y'all better stop trying people in 2022. Like, for real. Especially
Right?
these Kens and these Karens and these Carlas and these, y'all gotta stop doing that. Y'all gotta stop doing that because y'all gonna lose more than
they
your
doing
job.
the most.
Eventually, y'all gonna lose more than your job. And I'm just,
But that's just it. They think that's the way it's been. That's the way it's gonna be. And
yeah.
we gonna protect what we have. We
And
can
they
protect
won't
that
come back.
livelihood because that's what we grew up with. And it
And they
don't work
won't
like that
come
no
back.
more.
Wait till Biden's 4 years is over. They gonna do everything to get Trump back in there.
You know what? When is his funky ass 4 years over? When, and I don't even get all up into that, but that old decrepit looking, people looking ass, goat mouth, toupee wearing. Sister, can you do something with that man's toupee? Can you sew or glue some extra Elmer glue or something on that man? Look, what the hell wrong with that man?
Who's
Y'all
toupee?
ought to
He
be.
old. He old. What do you think's
Talking
wrong with
about
him?
That
Trump.
man ain't old. That's
Oh,
Oh,
beyond
he about
old.
Biden. Biden's in
I'm
his
gonna
80s.
that
ask
thing, that
you.
thing flat back in the wind. It's
I'm gonna
That man
ask
in.
you.
Can I put
No, Trump had the flat
Hey,
back.
Bill, that toupee be giving you the straight up high five.
the sugar head. What's up?
can
What's
I
up? What's
He
up?
look like at any moment he just gonna drop, just like fuck it, I'm done.
Can
I'm
I
done
read something
existing.
from y'all because I want y'all honest opinion about something somebody posted on Facebook regarding Biden and
Or
Tell
Trump.
you, whatever.
Can I please? Some of y'all might be Facebook friends with this person, so y'all might have already saw it. But
Okay.
this is what he said. The person
I'm just
said this on their Facebook, right? And this was yesterday. And it got a whole bunch of comments underneath, some for Trump and some for Biden. But the comment was, I don't know who is paying attention, and I am no economist, but I highly suggest everyone save every dollar and brace for hell. Mortgage rates are climbing at record rates. Home values are dropping back down. Gas prices are at record highs. Food prices are outrageous. Government get back has to recoup for all the gift money over the years. Inflation is on. Recession, depression, obsession, expression, and every other ession is on our ass. This is not good news. Usually
Exactly.
this happens, unemployment rates go up, theft
Yep.
crime goes up, poverty amplifies, and a financial crisis rears its dusty ass head. And then they said, all you Biden for president idiots really effed up this time. 2007 is right back in our view. And they said, I mean, I'm not positive, but it's looking bad. In the words of Scar on Lion King, be prepared.
Hmm.
Okay.
I ain't gonna
Well,
blame it
Can
on
I?
Star.
Can
I'm
I?
not.
Can
Blaming
I
it on
say
Biden.
something? Can I say something
Go
real
ahead,
quick?
babe.
It's my bad.
Okay. Oh, no. Just okay. Do you remember, like, right at the height of the mortgage crisis when everybody lost their
2007, that's when I kept getting
e-
laid off when I was in real
yep,
estate. I kept getting laid
everybody,
off.
right, everybody was getting laid off.
Yep.
The gas prices had skyrocketed, and some of everything was going on at that particular time. And right at that time, there was a changing of the guards. That was when um oh no, I'm sorry, when Obama came into office, right at the mortgage crisis. Now, what usually happens is as soon as an old president goes out and another one comes in, the whichever one going in inherits whatever was already
Exactly.
going on when the other one was going out. So when people say that it's Biden's fault about a lot of stuff, that stuff was all freaking ready going on. The only problem is that the focus was off because of so many other things that was going on.
Because of CBD-19.
Because of COVID. And because of the fact that we had a president that was ignoring the fact that this pandemic was severe, and it was something that was going to kill millions and millions of people, and he played it off. And
Obama warned them. He said
he warned them. But see, then they want us. You can't blame Biden for some things. Yeah, a sitting president for something that an outgoing president it was already going on. It was the simple fact that all of this stuff with Putin has some Trump left owing that man money, billions of dollars. So if he can get or go up on gas prices or whatever whatever, there are people that will not. I mean, and then the other thing is that he started blaming China for the China virus and all this because of the foreign exchange, because of all of the other things that was going on, because China wouldn't do what he wanted them to do. So it's a give and take with everything. But you cannot blame, again, what Curtis said, a standing president for what the former president or the former administration did. And you got
sitting president,
but for what a former exactly for what a former president has done, and you have to give it time. It's nothing's going to change overnight. It seemed like forever.
True. Can I add a little something to that?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, man.
This has always been my take on it. We have a president for 4 years. If you ever notice, in that 4 years, that first 4 years of any presidency, whether they're reelected or not, they are dealing with the previous predecessors' issues, policies, changes, and whatever. Mm-hmm. That's just like you have to notice the little changes. Like Biden just overdid a change that Trump wanted to change the color of the presidential plane. This is what, 2 years in to his presidency, and now he gets to say, no, we're not going to do that. That's something the previous president wanted to do. So just like Ms. Sissel said, everything that Trump dealt with, the economy getting better, all that was the end of Obama's presidency. Right now, Biden is having to deal with the 4 years of whatever Trump did. And conspiracy theories, whatever you want to say. Obama left a handbook on how to deal with viruses and pandemics and whatever else. And Trump decided to throw that handbook away, and they said, nope, we're not even going to look at it. He was given the foundation for if this happens, because that's what the president saw, and that's what his advisor said. This is something that we see possibly going to happen. Now, where they had a hand in it, whether Obama's administration gave money, to help develop it, nobody knows. Me personally, I think we had something to do with it, because we got something to do with everything in the world.
I think they knew that shit was going on before it got across.
Exactly, and that's why the handbook, and that's why that handbook was made, just in case it got out. So Trump said, no, forget it. We're gonna worry about China. We're gonna worry about this. We're gonna worry about that. And now Biden's having to deal with that. The thing is this: if Biden somehow is elected for another 4 years, then we will see what Biden has or can do. If not, everything that's gone on this 4 years that Biden's tried to do, the next president's going to have to deal with. You have to have at least 4 years to deal with whatever the previous president did. And the next 4 years is for you to try and do what you can do.
I'm sorry, Kurt, but somebody got back like a TV or something.
It's mine.
Fuck Biden.
I learned my lesson. You ain't blocking and bumping me.
Since 1971, 73.
Really?
You ain't blocking and bumping me. I'm sitting in a quiet room folding laundry. No TV, no radio, no kids.
That post
I kicked my dog out.
It was crazy. That post I read to y'all, a lot
But
of
I
100 and something comments under there.
Biden and Kills need to be locked up
It's
for truth.
blaming it. A lot of people's blaming it all on Biden.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
and I
because that's
guarantee you,
what.
I guarantee you one thing. I guarantee you that none of the Democratic presidents left for insurrection, left with an insurrection when they left. I bet you can.
No, those
Bet
were all
you
good
about,
people.
yeah, good
They were
people,
all good people.
and one of them good and dead, and they want to blame. They want to
No, those.
blame. They
Come
want to
on now. You
blame.
know, all good people go to a thing with a guillotine hanging with a noose around it.
damn
All good
right.
people go
Why
looking
not?
for the vice president who did the right thing for once, finally, looking to
Fuck
hang him
it.
and his family. That's what good people do.
The good
Well,
old boys.
what do y'all what do y'all think about all these people over there who they on TV, we feel like the people in Russia or the people in Ukraine, we believe in they fight, we believe in them, and we're going over there to help protect them from Russia. So all these people over here from the States going over there, did y'all see that on the news? They got guns, they got everything. Combat
And
ready.
they got people missing too.
Yes, combat ready.
It's
So
gonna be a whole lot more missing.
if
Yep.
your
And you know what my
president
sentiments
of the
are?
United States, if
You
your
take your
president of
monkey
the
ass
United
over there, you
States
on your own.
and every
Exactly.
other
You should
authority
have
in
had
the
them
United
going
States,
from the jump, you dumbass.
if everybody in the United States, from the president on down, and said, "Don't take y'all asses over there," and y'all talking
No,
about,
he
"Well, we
can take
believe
his
in
ass over
Ukraine's
there.
fight," no, they play
No.
and all this kind of stuff. So when y'all get over there and y'all get locked up in the Russian
They need to
prison,
drop
and
Biden
you
ass right
go over
off in the
there talking
middle
about,
of that
"Mr.
shit.
President, please give us free, give us
Man,
free,"
Fine.
Biden ain't done nothing that he ain't been allowed to do. That's why we have
Okay.
Congress.
Still drop
That's
his
why we have
dust
the Senate.
ass on. Well, don't sign up
That's
to
why
be
we
no
have.
puppet. Because
But
when you
that's
sign
why
up to
we
be
have
a
the
puppet,
balance of powers. That's why there's a balance. He can't do nothing without approval from everybody else and their mama. He is limited in his power. It's
no,
always been that way. It's always
I
gonna be that
wasn't
way.
finished. I wasn't finished with just him.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
talking
sorry.
about the old crusty ass Jacob Rothschild, his old crusty ass too. Throw
Yeah,
his
but you've
ass
been
over
focused
in
on.
the middle.
You keep saying Biden can go do this, go do that. I say like this. He's just a man. He put his drawers on the same way I do every day. He ain't no more special or
Fuck
worse.
all them people, bro. I ain't making no
There's
Well,
excuses
my
for
thing
them.
is,
there's a
if
limit
they keep
to
telling
what
you
he can
not
do.
to go over there, that's like if somebody keep telling you if I don't know, if you're a blood and they Crips and they tell you, man, don't go down there and mess with them people, they gonna whoop your ass, they gonna fuck you up. Then you get down there and
Yep.
you get fucked up, and then you get mad at somebody else on the other. Why y'all won't come rescue me? Why y'all won't come rescue me? Why, like we told you, we warned y'all. Like, why the fuck would you want to go over there?
So do
For these
y'all
people.
remember a few years ago when a Christian missionary went over
Yes,
there with those indigenous people,
Yep.
and they told him not to go, but
yep.
he
Yep.
went in the
And
name
he
of the
fucked around
Lord,
and found out.
They
And he
killed
told
his
what his
ass
name is.
with an arrow, bow and arrow, or some shit.
and he
He
went in the
told what?
name of the Lord, and he came back in the name of peace, Reese's
They
peace.
they threw one of
No,
them
he didn't come back as nothing. He
with a
met the
spear or
Lord
something, right? Wasn't
Right.
it a spear?
that day.
Yeah, they
Yeah. He,
killed. They
he
didn't
met the
even let
Lord.
him come in. They didn't
You
even
know,
let
I
him.
want to teach them about Jesus.
He met the Lord that day. It wasn't the Lord.
Oh,
He met the
yeah.
Lord that day.
No, he met the Lord. The
The
Lord
Lord,
told him to come on.
thank you,
The
thank you. The Lord.
lion, yeah. The lion told him to come on. He had his times to go.
Ain't no
Yeah.
way. Them people ain't. They don't normally see people. They don't speak our language. They
They
don't.
don't fuck with us. You know why they don't fuck with us? Because we some nigga shits. We be on
And
some nigga shit.
they just they mind is just trained to fend, and anybody who comes on their land, their
You
island.
damn right. Why the hell I want you sick ass niggas coming around here with all your doggone man-made diseases, killing
Yeah,
off my indigenous tribe that's probably been around hundreds of thousands of years, and y'all want to come over here fucking with us? We didn't ask you niggas to come over here. We don't
yeah.
want your Wi-Fi. We don't want your
They
T-Mobile. We
doing
don't
just
want
fine.
your
Walk
Verizon.
around butt naked, eat
Yeah,
coconuts.
we don't want your
But
we
no.
don't want none of your open fans or porn hubs or none of that bullshit. We don't want none of that bullshit. We don't
We
want
Hey,
none of
can
ain't.
we
that.
go back to the walking around naked part?
We don't want your Netflix, your cell phone,
Yeah, we don't want your church's chickens, your
none of that.
Popeyes. We don't want none of that shit. We don't want the Bloods, the
Um,
Crips. We don't want none of that shit.
I'm still stuck on naked.
Did you say
Well, I have to
open
excuse me.
fans though? Not.
He said OnlyFans. He said OnlyFans, y'all.
No, he
Wait a
didn't. He
minute.
said open.
Oh,
He
one
said,
of them, I
he
don't know what
said open
the
fans, and he said
yeah, yeah.
intergenius.
I don't know what the hell them goddamn regular ass shit is. It's a fan.
He
I
said
know that.
Mm-hmm. Sure
OnlyFans.
you don't.
No, actually, I
Sure
don't.
you
That's
don't.
all I hear about. All I hear about is
Mhm.
motherfuckers getting rich
It's
off of using that shit.
OnlyFans, bro. It's OnlyFans.
Oh,
You
okay.
know what it is.
Apparently,
You
you
know
got
what
a
it
bunch of
is.
perverted ass niggas that's on that motherfucker when that shits go up. Like,
Ooh,
really?
Connie,
But
did
wait
you
a
hear that?
minute. He didn't
Make
say
you a nickel.
And I do stats, bro. I do marketing
I
stats.
just
Them
walked
shit
back
been
in the
went up.
room and I hear you calling my name. What's going on?
My bro said we were talking about the missionary who got killed by those people, the indigenous people, a few years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was over there trying to preach religion and all that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my bro said they over there, they don't want your BET, your Netflix, they don't want your open fans, they don't want
Whatever the fuck y'all call them regular ass shit. I don't know, man.
He knew what he was talking
Wait a
about.
minute.
Hold
You
on,
ain't got me fooled.
hold on, Bishop.
Tanya.
I don't put up no
Bishop,
front. No man.
Bishop,
I don't know nothing
you mean
about
to
that
tell me they
shit.
don't want the grinder either?
They don't want none of that monkey ass shit.
You
Ooh,
shady.
Well, if y'all gonna go
I
that
thought
way,
they
make
would
sure
want
they
the
don't get the Black
grinder.
Planet either.
they don't
Keep the
want the
planet for us.
Black Planet, they don't want the Christian Mingle, they don't
None of that. And they don't even want none of the weed that I want to smoke. So it's like, that's a
Oh my
problem right
gosh.
there.
no, they probably
Oh,
got
here
the
we
most
go.
potent
Well,
weed
it's the reality. They probably
down
like, nigga, our weed way better than your shit. Don't come over here with that
They
bullshit.
got the original weed from the lab.
Exactly. So it's like, nigga, don't even bring that punk ass bullshit you got over. You kill us all. Bitch ass nigga, smoke some
Wait
of
a
this
minute.
shit.
But what kind of people you said they was? Intergenious.
Indigenous.
Yeah, indigenous.
No, that ain't what he said.
He said intergenius.
Yeah,
It's a genius.
Genius.
Ooh, that's one for the
Ears
best.
and not eyes.
yeah. I'm from the sticks of the middle of the map.
I
What the
like
hell you
it.
I
saying?
know that's right. Cause listen, I have broken English. I'm geeky, so you know
Shit.
we say
Yeah,
whatever.
they
We
gotta
make up all kind
understand
of words.
when you in the middle of this regular ass doggone planet.
Don't be talking about our city.
Look, man, I'm born and bred. Wherever I walk my carbon footprint, you better know Omaha, Nebraska. North Omaha, exactly better known. Them shits has been already represented. So if you ain't never
I
been
got
where I've been, know that North Omaha been to them shits. I'm trying to done told your ass. I'm born in the middle of the sticks. They called the Uptown Project. That's what it was. In the middle, one way in and one way to fuck out. That's what it was. You damn right.
Oh, you
Mm-hmm.
Mayat.
My
I'm the original Mayat, Jack,
Them
ain't-
1981 and
Them ain't
1990
no.
motherfucking five.
Them ain't no projects. They got their own name, Mayat. They don't
Exactly.
care
AKA
what it's
Uptown
called.
Project.
Call it wintergreen, evergreen, whatever you want. That's
Damn
Mayat.
right. We was built on an
AKA
old
the
graveyard.
yachts.
We was very
The yachts.
delicate. We
If
had
you're going in the
volatility.
yachts for some trouble, you better make
Yeah.
sure you know your way out.
Damn right, cause we get your ass in them trails and you be one over there by the candy
Get your
wrappers
ass over
somewhere.
them hill into the woods
Man.
where all the deer be at.
Shit.
Okay, I hate to
I found
derail. I hate to derail your topic, but of you, I know you in your peaceful Zen moment right now. But I sure want to see what you coloring.
Yes, man.
Oh,
I know that's right.
this is
Cause
funny.
she
It's
showed
kind
me
of
hooking
dim
it up.
light. Oh wait, hold on. Let me flip the
Is
camera.
that the mermaid hair with the seashells you was coloring the other day?
This one is different. Hold on. Let me. Oh, there we go. This one.
Look
Oh,
at
that's
that.
good. Look at
Oh,
that.
I don't know if you can see it. Hold on.
Look
It's
at that.
Buddha. It's like a Buddha.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is. Yeah, it is a Buddha.
that's Buddha.
Oh, my shoulder. That hurt.
Uh oh.
Oh, that might be
I
Vishnu.
might have to have surgery on it. I'm not looking forward to that.
So
Yeah.
you tore your rotator cuff?
Let me
Yeah,
blame
girl, I was walking and trying to be all cute, getting some water in the middle of the night, and had a damn box on the floor, and didn't turn the light on. I forgot where I was, and I tripped right on the floor, hit on my shoulder, and then my knee. I thought my knee would hurt. My knee feels fine, but this thing right here, baby.
Oh my God.
All it takes is just one nasty old pull, man.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hey,
That's
I
it.
done
Hey,
been
you
there.
bent over.
I done hurt myself years ago when I tripped up some stairs, tore my whole kneecap.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
How you
Yeah.
been
Child,
over
after I had
crying?
my last baby, I got out the bedroom and my hip ain't never been the same.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That sound like one of them energies had you crying like you on the altar in the
Yeah.
middle of serving. I mean, snotting and crying.
Oh,
I'm
that
talking
you
about
had me
giving it
crying.
up.
I was bone on. You know how when you break your knee and all that cartilage is sticking in
Mm-hmm.
your nerves and they be sticking in
Yeah.
your skin.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
my grandson, like a newborn baby,
every
Drew be at the
step was
altar.
like
Snap.
every step I was like damn near in tears. Like I can't do this. I can't walk. I need a cane. I need a wheelchair. Shit.
Cause
But you know
even
what?
like
Years ago,
now,
I would have bounced right back. I'd have jumped up and been like, "Okay, hey,
Oh
yeah,
no,
and shit."
that felt like knives, like literally knives inside your knees, just pointing every
Yeah.
direction. Every step
Girl,
close the door,
you
baby.
tell
when you
me.
Close the
tear your
door.
cartilage. Mm-mm.
I got some knee problem now.
Cause even like now, sometimes when I'm walking, like my leg, it just go limp. Like you know how back in the day somebody
Oh
would
my
hit you in the
God.
back of your calf and you just
That
like
girl
you
got
just
no
kind of
Like,
go
knee.
limp. Yeah, I'm like, what in the
That
hell?
girl
I'm just
got no
walking.
kneecap.
I'm just walking and it just go limp. Like it's
Just go
crazy,
like bam.
crazy.
Like she
I
breaking
hate
it
when people
down.
used to do that. They hit you in the back of your knee and you just be like, ah, what the fuck?
She breaking
Yeah,
it down like James
uh,
Brown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't gonna lie, I did that to people too in high school. I did show did.
That's because you was roguish too.
Listen.
But North
I was
Omaha girl went to South High. You ought been ashamed of yourself.
okay.
yep. The back of the knee and
No.
the back of the
All
neck
right.
too. That give me mine. Y'all used to do give me mine.
Oh, let's slap them in the back. No, let the dudes get a fresh haircut.
Oh, that's
Okay.
childish.
Oh, Curtis, you ain't never got smacked in the back of your head in high school? Pow! That fresh haircut, and you can still smell the stuff the barbers put on your hair, your head.
We call that
Uh-uh.
a ledge. I used to smack my little baby cousin on the back of his head when he get a haircut and lift him up because he had one of them hooks in the back of his head.
Oh,
Yeah, he doesn't have it now, but yeah.
Or
You
give him
could
a,
We used
or
to
give him a
call that
wedgie
give
at the
me
swimming pool.
mine
y'all call it what, Connie? Give me your
and
what?
give me mine.
Oh, shoot. I
Give
just
you a
know I
wedgie at the
smacked
swimming
many
pool.
dudes. I smacked many dudes.
In the school swimming pool, you give you a wedgie.
Oh, no. I didn't go to the swimming pools back then because our swimming pools was ghetto.
No, I'm talking about in school. You know, well, of course, you know the niggers didn't have swimming pools in the high schools, but the clear, you know, the crystal clear man had plenty of swimming pools at their high school. So
Oh, yeah. I think we
yeah,
had, we
Burke,
had,
you
we had
know,
pools at South. We had pools at South.
yeah, Burke, I think
And,
had a swimming pool though.
and my son and I was teaching him how to
Actually, Burke
play
he did.
what the game called when you be slapping your hand and you hold the other person's hand, hold a hand on top of it,
Oh,
and
when
you
they
hold
slap
your
you,
hand
slap
under.
you on the
Yeah,
head like that.
yeah. He was like, "Mom, what is this game?" Like he was not into it, but he plays. You know, he
Uh-uh.
do the slap boxing with my brother and
Oh,
stuff. But
no. That shit
he,
hurt.
he don't he don't he don't like that game.
Nope.
He's like, "Mom, I don't
You
understand."
know,
I'm like,
red,
"Is this a
bleeding.
game?"
Nope. Mm-mm.
These new age kids, they
No,
ain't with it.
no, my favorite game back in the day on the school bus was slide clap.
I done drunk enough beer for two people.
Y'all don't remember slide clap?
Slide clap. I remember
One.
rocking in a rabbit all day long. Puffing in a puppy gonna save that song.
All
All
this
the little
sing
jammers.
love in
Puffing in a rabbit go toot toot toot.
Don't you even do that. When you and I better not hear nobody talking about that Elvis movie. Y'all be saying yourself.
And then we used to do the bubble gum in a dish. How many
Uh,
bubble gums do you wish?
you
Yep.
bring
All
back
of those
old
good
memories.
things. Them kids don't know nothing
What
about them
about
hand clap.
They don't know nothing now, nothing.
Hold on, I got one.
Mary Mac.
Miss Mary Mac, all dressed in
Say
black, with silver buttons,
But
all
see,
down her
y'all
back.
wanna go there. Y'all forget about the one for the fellas.
which one?
What?
Ain't your mama pretty? She got
Got
meatballs for
meatballs in
her.
her teeth.
That's
Ah,
childish.
And it is.
That's
boy,
got razor
oh my
chicken legs.
gosh. And it's so
Yes,
much
sir.
more. I was looking up the hand claps. They got them on YouTube with the young girls doing them.
Oh
I
Lord.
was looking them up so I could do it with my niece, and they still got them on YouTube.
But what was the scrambled eggs?
Scrambled eggs between her legs.
But what was it?
All that hair. Look like some nasty, dirty scrambled eggs. That's some scary shit. What else? What else you got scrambled between her legs?
Woo!
Come on now, you a kid. We don't know nothing
how
about nothing
about
else.
this one?
No,
I don't want to go to Mexico no more. There's a big fat policeman at the door. If he catch you by the collar, girl, you better holler. I don't want to go to Mexico no more.
I remember that one too.
Good old days.
Mm-mm-mm.
Good old days.
They don't know about that shit because all they do is be on their phones and video games.
Right.
They don't know about going outside and playing Simon Says.
No.
Do you know
red light, green light?
Red light, green light, yes.
Listen, my granddaughters don't know how to play jacks.
Oh,
what?
I ain't never.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know how to play jacks no more. Yeah.
Jacks was hard. What about hopscotch?
Oh,
I mean, that was an original.
When I say I was a double dutch guru.
Yeah, we know until you start knocking yourself out. Blah 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 blah.
I'm talking about tricks on my hands. All kind of stuff.
Double dutch.
Tanya.
Double dutch. How about double dutch?
What kind of shit?
Listen, why you starting this? Let it go.
Did you?
She let it go. You need to let it go. Don't hate.
Did you
let it go?
Did you catch?
Yeah, we
my mom and your mom one day was talking.
Yeah, we said Miss Mary Meg.
No, he said you were.
Listen, though, why are you going here? Let's just go. No violence tonight. Unnecessary. Don't hate. Don't hate. Let's celebrate. It's Juneteenth, baby girl.
Listen, he said
you said you were gonna knock yourself out, girl.
He said no. you was good until you knocked yourself out.
No, what I said was until she started knocking herself out. You gonna quote me properly, please.
Anyway,
the boobies was gonna hit you in the head.
Go with your boobies.
Oh, they were. Well, okay.
Not with the big old bitties.
He trying to say your boobs when you was jumping up, your boobs was hitting you in your head, knocking you out.
Okay, so I wore a bra in the third grade and not a trainer. I wore a whole bra in the third grade.
Y'all messing with me.
I used to be the little girl getting her bra snapped by the boys in second and third grade because they was haters. But anyway,
so you just gonna justify
double dutch, yeah.
I learned how to double dutch in Vietnam, CP.
Oh Lord.
I learned double dutch in middle school.
And when I say
learned how to run in Vietnam,
that's when PE was lit.
It ain't the war, but it is the war.
Man, now I'm no punk.
You said now you care?
And now I'm with no punk. I used to go down there with my sister. I was visible.
When we say Vietnam and Omaha, if you from Vietnam, that ain't the war, but it is the war.
Man.
You know what I mean? That's one of them neighborhoods where, yeah.
Was that Mr. CP who mentioned Juneteenth a minute ago?
Yes, ma'am. I was trying to deflect and get them off my back, and they just wouldn't go. So,
but I want to say something because you brought something up to my attention.
Connie.
I went to pick the kids up from daycare. Ain't nothing about him, but it just because he mentioned Juneteenth, right? I didn't know Juneteenth was an actual holiday, like a national holiday now. I did not know that.
Well, last year, I think was the first year.
Came back last year.
Well, I went to pick the kids up from daycare, and the daycare lady, she's Brazilian. She's like, Monday is our holiday, so we're not going to you have we're not going to have the school open, the center open. I'm like, I had to think for a minute. I'm like, what holidays? And I was like, Juneteenth. It's Juneteenth, so the kids can't come to daycare. Okay, well, good. I'm glad that they observing it.
Yep.
Finally,
they made that announcement last year. Yep. And that's what they saying about Biden. They said that's the only good thing he has done. That's what they saying, that he made Juneteenth a national holiday.
The thing is, that was already set in motion. He just signed the paper.
Yeah, he just signed the paperwork. But can you imagine Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just agreeing.
But no, that's the thing with a lot of these people, who was anti-Biden, they blaming a lot of shit that was started before he got in office. And like you just said, he signed the paperwork, but it was already in motion before he even became president. But a lot of people who don't know better, it's the same way with that too. It's Biden is the reason for us, having this day. So it's like a lot of people who don't know a lot of shit talking about Bush. I mean, talking about Biden and
Yep.
talking about Trump.
Yeah. It all depends on what you want to use. The media, anti whatever groups, pro whatever groups, they use names and throw out names just to fill their agenda. Politicians do it. Everybody does it.
Right. I think the
Okay.
alt right is just more. They're more bold with it. And
Hmm.
I heard you guys was saying earlier. I couldn't really get into the conversation. I don't want to really go too far backwards, but you guys were saying about what y'all was saying about how they're gonna make sure Trump. They're gonna hey Karma Diva.
Hey
Hey, I'll be back,
y'all.
y'all.
I was just
I'll
talking
be
shit
back.
to her in the chat, telling her where the hell she at. But go ahead, Kanye.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
come back because we having a good conversation.
Yeah,
You guys was y'all was saying that they working on Trump coming back. They ain't working on Trump coming back. They never stopped that whole movement. The neo Nazis, they never stopped that movement. He got a big backing, a large following. I'm talking about white supremacists and everything. Y'all already know that. So they never really stopped their movement. They're working behind the scenes, yeah, but they ain't gonna never stop getting getting their political party, back in, whether it's Trump or whether it's somebody else. It's gonna be somebody else back in there after Biden. I'm gonna tell you now, Biden gonna do 4 years and that's it. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. But that's what I wanted to say. I'm going backwards, but never mind me.
So y'all, so how many think Biden is going to get 4 more years, and how many think Bush is going to try to take it? Like, who else is
he
there to
ain't getting
run?
no
Like,
more.
who else
He
is
ain't
there
getting
to
no
run?
more 4 years. He ain't getting 4 more years.
Okay,
Cause
so what do
he ain't
y'all
doing
think
nothing.
about Colin Powell? Because a lot of people, I've been saying a lot of places, they saying Colin Powell should run.
Ain't Colin
Colin
dead?
Powell is
Out
dead.
dead.
Oh, maybe they were saying something else, like he should have ran. Maybe
That
You might.
gotta be. Cause I'm like, wait a minute, didn't that dude die?
He
my
said
bad. No,
he
no, for
died
real.
from
I saw
cancer.
comments about him saying he would have made a good president, or he would. That's why I'm like, huh?
He would have made an excellent president.
So who else is there out there that is a possible candidate?
Nobody right now.
No, just my fight. Talking about Kanye.
Oh
Just
hell
my
no.
5 cents. I want you to click that link so I can cuss you out.
Oh, she said click the link just so
Okay.
she can cuss you out. That's my 5 cent.
Yeah, he
Um,
can't even be
I
in
would
control of
say
his own
What I
thoughts.
miss? My bad. No.
No, bro, who do you think would be a good candidate if they didn't want Biden in 4 years?
from the Democratic Party or just
Yeah, Democratic. Hell, anybody up to that. I don't know, child. I don't
Fuck
know.
'em all.
I don't
Vote
know.
me in. Vote me in as your next president. I will make sure that
After what happened with
everybody.
the Republican Party,
I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure that all of everybody is good. When I say good, I mean I'm talking about good. And I mean that everybody got to get financial literacy training. It is a must. If you don't, your ass is gonna be broke. I ain't giving you no assistance, salvation. Number. Ain't nobody else gonna have no money but me. Just like he
Mm-hmm.
said, nobody drinking, no, dropping no stinking loads around
But
here but me.
I'm about to
Guess
start
what?
shopping
well,
at the
let me
thrift
tell you
stores anyway.
something.
With the
Well,
price
I
of gas,
said
I'm
that
gonna get the
if
thrift
you go to the financial
store.
literacy training, it ain't gonna take you long. Most of us eat, sleep, and shit, and don't do shit for them little few days to learn some of a couple of little couple of weeks or something. That's what's wrong with us. We just
and I hope when you become president, I hope you implement financial literacy into public school systems as well.
I just
all
want some
that,
more
and I'm gonna make sure
stimulus
everybody know how to fight and whoop some ass because that's gonna be a
Okay,
mandatory.
now hold it. Let me tell
I
you
just
something.
want some more stimulus checks. That's all. That's all.
See, that's what I said. See, I knew somebody was gonna say stimulus, and out of everybody, it had to be the hostess.
I need to be stimulated. Go ahead, sis. Go ahead, sis.
I was gonna say if you do financial literacy, you better put it on the bootleg CD, cause they sure ain't gonna read it in no book.
That's why I tried to been told you. I'm gonna have it on the bootleg CD to download. I'm gonna take it back to MySpace bootleg. That's what I'm talking about.
If he implements it in the school system, I mean they don't have no choice but to teach it, you
That's what
know.
I'm talking about. No, it's gonna be in the churches and everything. Or you
And
gonna
then
lose
and
your
then
doggone, you
also
gonna lose
another
your
thing you need to
nonprofit
do,
status.
you
How
need to
about that?
take out all these fugazi history books that's in the school system and just
Oh
go
yeah,
ahead
all
and
that
just
little
make
shit.
some new ones, some new versions because the history books is whack. It's
And
always
then the
been whack.
motto gonna be if you smell any smoke, you already know it's going down. Just get out the way and keep it moving. Other than that, no, for real, y'all think I'm playing? I would make a hell of a good president because for one, all that everybody talking about foreign, I don't give a damn about them doggone other countries that do what they do. Let them people run and regulate their society how they do. Why the hell we need to be running around the world trying to be the big dog because we think that we do? We stupid. We sitting around here just allow everybody else to surpass us from everything to A to Z. We didn't went from 99% producers to less than 1%. Man, we ought to be ashamed of that. No, we done went from 99% producers to 99% consumers and 1%. We ought to be ashamed of ourselves. And then one of all these other countries, everybody that took over. The sand niggas then took over with the hospitality and the technology and they taking over in the health. They the ones becoming the worldwide master heart surgeons and all that. Who do you think they're gonna take care of before they take care of us? They're gonna charge us a million, 1.5 million for something they'll charge their own people $500 damn dollars. Shit, I'll make
I
it
have a
right.
question for you guys. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bishop. I
No,
didn't
you
mean to cut
good,
you
you
off.
good, you good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
I have a question for everybody, and I hope this not too deep or too like, but what because it seems like a lot like the school shootings and the school massacres, right? It's like they're all resulting in the same thing. What would be a good exit strategy that these schools can use for these kids, other than hiding up underneath a desk?
Hold on 1 second before anybody answers. Is that you, just my 5 cent?
It's me.
Okay.
Oh, it's about to be a good cussing out right now.
Oh, she said, I want you to
Me,
come on the link just to cut you out.
me, me personally, as far as the children, the babies go, I'm gonna be honest with you.
The teacher need a strap.
Yeah,
Arm the
off
arm
top,
the
I'm gonna be
teachers.
honest with you.
I didn't used to believe in arming the teachers, but I
Man,
read something today that made me think, why the hell not? Like they say, the bank is protected by guns. The president is protected by guns.
I grew up in a
The,
church protected
the
by guns.
Senate, the Senate members, the House members are all protected by guns. Celebrities and and athletes are protected
Preachers,
by guns.
pastors, mega pastors,
And then they say, but our
jitney
babies
stand,
are told to duck down. Are the number one things that's in
pray
our
about
heart and our mind. Our children, our babies
Mm-hmm.
it. Get the hell
Mhm.
away.
are told to duck down.
Duck down and hide in the corner.
No, drop and dip out low. That's what
They
they
don't
need to
even
do.
tell them to jump out the window. Just
Yeah,
duck
drop
down.
and dip out low. That's all you gotta do. When you hear
Basically, you
gunshots,
sit
drop
and
and hit
duck.
the floor and keep
Somebody
it
come in
moving.
shooting. If somebody come in shooting, you sit and ducks. That's what they train them to do.
Basically, yeah, go pray about it and call 911.
And hopefully, you'll have better policemen than the ones that was just down
Man, fuck
there.
all them cats. I'm sorry if I don't
They
give a
all need to
damn.
fire and in jail. Like I'm
They
so,
need to be beyond that. They need to
I'm
be
so
anyway.
serious.
I ain't gonna even say that because I don't want to get your YouTube thing or whatever. So
How y'all got all that ammunition, a whole team of police, and y'all got one person up in that school, and
and
y'all not go in there.
he definitely need
Oh,
to
they
be
went in
talking.
there and they turned their ass right back around. That's what
They
they
Yeah,
sat
did.
after
around
they
in the
got
hallway.
their kids, after they
He
got
need
Yeah,
their
they sat around in the hallway. That's what
he
they
need to be sacrificed. I'm sorry, and that's the most I can
they
say. He
all need
need
to
to
be
be sacrificed.
cool.
How in the hell did you get elected to the city goddamn council the same damn day? That man, he needed a Louisville Slugger. That's all I can
Like
say.
I said, they just have been
Fucking head.
trained. They just have been trained. Literally, months before that. If it's a school shooting, y'all run y'all asses in there, whether they take your life or not. If you don't want to go in there and rescue them kids, I mean, they say
You
the
shouldn't have
first thing
signed up for it.
you should go. What do they call it? You should what do they call it, Karma Diva?
Man,
Engage. You should engage with the shooter immediately. Not
in
sit
Correct.
qualified
and
immunity.
hope and pray that he's done shooting before y'all go in.
Nah. You got
They
to go
were
in.
to engage. And it's all of y'all against him. Yeah, one of y'all might have got hit, but it was
Sometimes to catch
21
a
people
war.
that died because y'all sat in the hallway.
And I
Sometimes
know it
to
might be an overt, like hindsight type of thinking, or for me, but one of the teachers said he opened the door and the shooter was standing at the door and he ran back. So my thing is, in my mind, I'm like, if somebody's standing with a gun, I'm going to tackle you.
I'm
Like,
gonna
I'm
shoot
going to
him.
fight
I'm gonna be
you. I'm not
picking
going to give
you.
you no arm's reach. I'm not going to
Some
give you the arm's reach opportunity. But see, I'm thinking on the outside. I'm not in the situation. You
I'm gonna
know,
shoot. I'm gonna shoot to kill.
damn
Just
I'm
like
talking
right.
about, I'm talking about in their situation where they didn't have a gun.
oh, you talking about the
You got to
police?
get away. You have to get away by the best way you can
Oh,
because
I'm talking about
children
the
don't.
police who had guns that came
I'm
in.
Oh,
talking
man,
about the
they dudes
teachers.
clowns,
Oh
man.
no, no,
They
no, no, no. I'm not talking about the teachers. I'm talking about the police.
no, man. Fuck.
Yeah,
Anyway,
of course the teachers. Yeah, I'm not going. I wouldn't even tackle. I would try to run and get help. I'm just being honest.
No, but the shooter was at his classroom door
I'm just being
crazy.
and he
honest.
opened the door.
Yeah, he caught everybody by surprise, but
It
it's
was a
still.
surprise. Yeah, so that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. I may be
see,
too
that's
But
what I'm
then
saying.
again,
overtly
it's
thinking.
conflicting because how could it be a surprise if he was being chased by them people after he done shot his grandma in the face because he thought he killed her?
Yeah,
See, that's what I'm
somebody
trying
would
to
have came
figure
to
out.
my bed. If somebody would have came to my classroom and they had a gun and I had kids in there, I probably would have slammed the door shut. I mean, I'm just saying, out of reflexes, like, oh shit, he got a gun, slam and run.
Exactly, because you ain't about to kid, nigga. We not today.
I mean,
If I die, you dying too.
it's a man
some
or a woman. I probably won't be able to get the gun away from
I
them.
don't give a damn. If I'm dying today, you dying
I'ma
too. You not
drop.
about to kill
I'ma
me.
But
I'm not
drop.
about to be nobody's nothing. I'm not about to be no, oh, he was a good teacher or a good student, man.
y'all saw the lady who
No,
did go in there and get
no.
her kids.
Her kids, yeah, and you know what? They tried to stop her.
Yep. And they tried to stop her from telling her story too. They threatened her.
Yep. And they
They
and they
all
threatened
need
they
to be
threatened her
hung.
probation and everything.
Yep.
'Cause she's on probation, and they threatened her probation and everything because she was speaking out.
Yep.
Okay. Well, what about when they did old poor brother Willie Brown in the
I'll be
middle
back.
of downtown Omaha and Douglas, in front of the Douglas County goddamn thing with 10,000 doggone clear motherfuckers showed up and dragged the man out, shot the sheriff, wanted to kill the mayor, tried to hang him, and do all that other shit when the corrupt cops, they were doing all that other shit. Okay, why is it that it was all right for them to do it back then, but then when these police and all these other people that's supposed to be the upholding of the law, the officer, they supposed to be enforcing the law. Why is it that they always get qualified immunity, or why they always just they? Oh well, we were told to not engage. Okay, if you know that there are children, and these are children, I can understand any human being, but in particular, they are the most precious of all in God's eyesight. These are babies. So you literally allow an individual that you know was already at a high mental. It could have been just from the call of him shoot young man heavily armed, most likely in body armor, might not be full partial whatever, but he just literally just shot his own grandmother in the face. She's telling you what he did, and you engage with him, but then when he get to the school, fall back. While he in there murdering kids, and you getting the 911 calling your punk ass motherfucking dog on me that y'all spend over 250 goddamn million or $1 billion annually to have some of these funky ass damn cameras for y'all so-called recording, but then mysteriously all of a sudden they pause or y'all don't know what's going on or we were told not to engage. Man, that right there, dude, look, I tried to have respect, but I'm sorry. You keep your ass where the fuck you at if you got a badge because you ain't shit to
Well,
do.
the bigger picture is that there are a lot of scared police. A lot of police have come into the force because either they were bullied and they feel like they need some
Right.
sort of, some
They
sort of
have to.
control over. over the population so that they won't feel bullied anymore. Like it's a lot of scared
Yes,
people out there. They,
That's a
they don't even
coward, man.
train. They don't
that
even
is
train a
something.
policeman properly to
That's a coward.
become to have that badge and that gun and taser on their hip. They don't even train them properly. They don't even have the proper training.
In qualified immunity, I bet you all that shit would switch up overnight. I'm talking about come Monday morning, there would be a Supreme Court ruling. Now I'm talking about that it will be mandatory, meaning that if you do not follow protocol, just like they regulate the trucking in the trucking and logistics industry, guess what? It will be the same way with that. If your ass don't report for duty, you will get. I'm talking about you getting thoroughly de-educated to get re-educated if you want to be also if you want to be a law enforcement official officer age, I don't give a damn what branch you in. That's bullshit. See, there's qualified immunity that they gave them the rights to hire stupid ass, ignorant ass
Right.
clowns, like you said, that will be bullied little clowns, thinking that they need to have power control over, oh, I can do whatever the hell I want to do.
Hmm.
And nobody, I'm gonna eventually end up being bloodthirsty and just kill me somebody. And guess what? I'll go through the motions, but I'm gonna end up getting away any fucking way. Who's going to do anything to me? Nobody's going to prosecute me. And if you do if you threaten to kill me, you're going to get sentenced to life. If you do kill me, you're going to get the death penalty. Even though I could be a crooked, no good, sodomizing, pedophile, and son of a bitch, I could be worth. My mama couldn't have been worth shit. She couldn't have been worth the shit the womb she came from.
Is that
That's
you,
my
Miss
bloodline.
And you know
Yes, it is,
what?
sweetheart.
Okay.
And you know what? Another thing I want to add real quick is you see how conveniently now they're trying to implement the changes to the gun law, right?
Mm, good luck.
Who? Well, I mean, well, good luck with that. But who does that actually, who does that actually apply to?
Y'all know who that applied to. Once we all
Exactly.
start getting the most, once we start,
Exactly.
we're
But
arming up
just so
already.
conveniently they've used
I
this
got the shit
situation. They
on.
probably wanted to do it all along. But just so conveniently now they're about to apply some rules and it's about to be some shit. It's about to be
Mhm.
some real shit. I'm gonna tell y'all now. You better have your shit on you
See, my
I
because
got my
problem is
shit.
this. Okay, they have had years and years and years to change the gun laws. You don't have to take away the Second Amendment. That is not
hmm
what I'm saying and what a lot of people are saying. But why do you need an AR-15? What is
What's
the
the
point
difference
of
between
that?
having a
The only point in that is for kid. The only reason they made that type of weapon is to kill another human.
damn
That's
right.
it. It was
That's
never
the
about
purpose,
big
right?
game hunting and this and that. What big game that you can't take down with a shotgun? Hell, they used to take them down with a musket ball. So what you mean to tell me you can't do it
The
with a
times are different.
shotgun or a 357 Mac? What's
Uh,
different?
that's-
I think
well,
It's
Carmel
still
Diva, I
there
think I
now.
I think I look more into the future and at a time when it's gonna come where there is corporal law, like really like a situation where we are all like shut down in a time where you don't have internet, a time I mean like really like an apocalyptic time. You know what I mean?
it's
I
gonna
think
get it
about that.
temporarily.
And
It's gonna get
it's going to be
lawless.
a time when you might need that. You're going to need fire guns.
Yeah,
You're going to
right.
need different things to survive. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but it's like a catch-22 because you're going to at the time right now in the present, those kind of guns are really exposed to like that boy just turned what? How old he was when he
18.
18?
You know what,
18 years
guys?
old. And
I've been listening to what you guys have been saying. I've also been following up, and all your opinions are correct. And that's the sad part. And what everyone is saying is true. However, the AR-15 was made for military. It was not made for it to be common to do deer hunting and stuff like that. Like the sheriff said that There's no reason to have that. Semi-automatic was supposed to only be for police and military. The AR-15 was actually made just for military, and other than that, they have rifles, stuff like that that they did their hunting with. However, the gun law should have been up not 21, it should be up 25, because the average kid, their brain cannot comprehend certain things, especially in dealing with anger. And this guy was 18. Now they're talking about him being poor and stuff like that. It costs a lot of money. They said he was fully armed. And another thing, that the police were cowards. They didn't want to deal with that AR-15. If they went in there like they should, there would have been deaths, but it wouldn't have been that many because they're trained, like the sheriff said, they were trained to take them down. And that's what they
Exactly.
did. But they
And that's my point. These police are, when I say fully loaded, you got on riot gear, helmets, you got shields, you got
yeah,
elbow and knee pads, you
well,
got
honey,
taser
I
guns.
that equipment, and then you have the equipment that SWAT has, which is totally where they're like armed from head, face shield, and everything. So I can understand the if it was like the little, Barney Five type, Millbury type police. And I could see that if the guy wouldn't go in there because he didn't have backup and he was waiting for orders. But the one that told them not to go in there, why would he tell them not to go in there? Those two teachers threw themselves at him trying to save the children, and they lost their lives. They should have been able to go in there, as many as they were, and go in there and take him down. And even if they had to step over the sad to say, the dead bodies, they should have still went and took him down because they should have moved forward like they do with military and take the person down. And that's
But
what
you
they're
have to
training.
remember they don't have the military training, and you guys
They
saying they have the helmets, they have
no
the helmets, they have the body armor, but you have to also have heart.
SWAT
If you don't
SWAT
have the heart to go
was
in there,
yeah, I'm
it
sorry.
goes back. It goes back to the way police treat black people. They scared of us. They don't have any. They don't have
Sorry.
the
All right.
wherewithal or the
I'm sorry.
training.
What the training was, and I disagree. And a lot of them are afraid, and they're afraid because they're just fat. Look, I got a daughter that's an officer. And I seen her go in action when we had a shooting over here by me. Yeah, she was scared, but when she heard that gun, she gave us orders not to come out. Dial 911, let them know that there's an off-duty officer going to the scene. And she went out, and she didn't know what she was going to do. All she knew is that she went out there, she heard gunshots, she heard screams, and she was going out to do what she had to do. And they go in there blind. And yes, she was trained, but she didn't know what she was going into. Those guys are trained, and they knew what they were going into.
And
They
they
knew.
didn't have the heart to go in there and save them children
And I don't think
or the
the
courage.
children. Let me finish, please. I think it has something to do with the fact that they were scared for their own lives because they were dealing with someone with an AR-15. And that's what it is. These guys that are taking these people out are using not little mullets. They're not using rifles. They're using semi-automatic and AR-15, where they shoot off one round. One round, they end up killing like 50 people in one shot.
But
And
you and
so,
what I'm saying is I agree with you. They
Hold on,
don't have
y'all.
the heart, meaning the courage.
Let me make sure this is Ocean Wave. Hey, Ocean Wave, is that you?
well, yeah, because they're afraid. They're
Yeah,
afraid.
yeah.
But
Salute.
Okay, what's the
every
Ocean?
officer, every officer is afraid. Every
No,
officer, because they
no,
don't
not
know
every
any.
officer.
They
I'm
got.
talking about Uvalde, Texas. That's what I'm talking about.
You talking about what?
Yeah, I
Uvalde,
don't think
Texas.
every officer is afraid, but I think a lot of them are. They ain't
I'm,
afraid
I'm
to
talking
kill
about
us. They
Uvalde,
afraid
Texas,
to,
and I'm. Go ahead. Sorry.
they more afraid to kill the people who need to be killed than us.
Right.
Like
Right.
my daughter, when she went out there the rest of the year, she was scared, but she went out there because she's trained to protect and to serve, and that's where her mind was at. And if she made the wrong decision, it could cost her life, not only her life, but her reputation and everything. How about she end up killing a civilian because she made a poor choice? Trying to
They
go
got
out.
qualified immunity.
A
They do
lot
that
of
all the time.
Yeah, but too many police officers say, "I thought, I could have sworn,
Right.
oh yeah,
I
and
That's
that's
just,
the
the
sad.
say
I
that's
just
they
Well,
that's
knew."
their favorite thing. I'm afraid for
yeah,
my
but
life.
that's the sad.
Okay,
But
but
that's
what
the
about
sad
these
part.
babies? Your job is to protect and serve.
Y'all killing
Why
That's
not
the
people.
go
Exactly.
sad.
in
Y'all
there and
killing
protect
people who
these
sleep in
babies?
their bed. Y'all killing people playing
Right.
video games who sleep in their bed, who walking home
And
with
that's
a
the
pill
problem,
in
the
their
hood.
and some
The
Skittles.
hood. That's
I
the
mean,
problem. The problem is that we have so many that are bad right now that it overlooks the ones that are actually trying to do their job. And because there's a lot of bigots in it, and there's a catch-22 in everything. And like I said, being a parent of an officer, and I know what
somebody
my
got some
daughter goes
feedback.
through.
Somebody got some
I,
feedback.
for me, I have feedback because I got the fan going in the background, and I have the baby.
Sound like some kids. Somebody got some
Oh
feedback.
yeah, I got the baby here. She's singing.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, I got the baby here.
My bad. But
And yeah, so it's like they were 100% wrong. They should have went in there. Sure, somebody would have died because he went in there, but it would have been less. It would have been
it
less
would have
if
been
they
a
went
lot
in there.
less if they
It
all
would
would
have
have
Yep.
been
been there
a
shooting
lot less.
that man up. It would have been a lot less. Those
And
poor
they're
kids, they
acting.
don't have a chance. They parents couldn't even see their bodies because of what them guns. That gun
They
did. They
they're
ripped
having
those
closed
little kids
caskets.
apart.
Yes,
Some of the
because
kids were decapitated.
Those kids were
they
mutilated. They were
Yes,
mutilated. One of the little girls,
they
they
didn't
could
have
only
to.
identify her by her shoes because
yes.
she wore those shoes all the time. That was the
But
only way they could identify her.
Mm.
Those kids
her
were.
see,
I mean, imagine that kind of ammunition going into a small body. Come on.
They
because
don't
it's
have a chance.
that AR-15 is military, and military use of guns is to really take you out. One blow will blow your whole body away. These babies
Exactly. So for a
had their
little
heads
kid,
blown
that's
off.
like 10 times the power in a little kid.
Yeah, and a
Hmm.
little one blown off their chest.
Yeah.
It wasn't just one bullet. When that guy lit
Yeah.
up, like you see in those was a Scarface movies and whatnot. They just got blown away.
Right.
You
Right.
know, and, and it's horrible. And not only that, the police they just messed up all the way. They said,
Yeah.
"Tell me, shout it out through the door. Let me know who's out there. I mean, in there that is still in there." And the kids that shouted out, the perpetrator went and shot and killed them right after he heard their voices.
He was
Mm.
in there for what, 40 minutes?
45
My
minutes.
God.
That's a long time.
Yep.
Do you have parents that were running in there to go get their kids while it was going on? They didn't
It's a
give it to them.
miracle. I mean, even though it was 21 people killed, it's a miracle that weren't more. Because he had plenty of time to
He
probably kill
attacked two
everybody in that
classes.
school.
He
I
got two
heard one
classes.
little girl, she put the blood of the next person next to her on her.
Yep. She put it
Smart.
up. That was so smart of that
She
little
was
girl.
so smart.
Mm.
That
Yeah,
was
she
So
so
opened the
smart.
smart.
and
That
closed her eyes
instinct.
and kill.
Yep.
And parent, and it's just so messed up. And then then you had the church, and then you had this. Then we had another shooting. Was it 2 days ago? It's
And then
gonna keep going
somebody,
on
whoever it was, the
Right,
first person
KDL.
killed
KDL
the
next.
next day.
until the NRA takes some semi-automatics and especially those AR-15 military rifles
Yep.
off the market, or make it harder for them to get.
Because why do we need them?
That's what the sheriff said. There's no need. He says you don't hunt no deer, no bear with nothing like that.
You
Exactly.
sure don't?
Exactly. That
Can
was my
y'all can
point.
y'all read the highlighted comment and tell me what you
Yeah.
think about that?
Katie said,
Because that's some real truth right there.
yeah, Katie said there are so many fundamental flaws in the police force from its origins to multiple incongruencies. I agree, Katie.
Yes, there
I
are.
agree.
There are. And it's sad because it's also people of non-melanated people. So their mindset too is ruined. It's like the value of people. So there's a whole lot playing with that. Did they not go in because of the order of the sergeant or the lieutenant or whoever called the
They
shot?
told they said something about stand back, or what did they say, y'all?
Yeah, he did. He gave the order to stand back and to wait.
But they
They
want to
weren't to
stand
wait.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stand.
stand down. I'm sorry. Yeah, stand down. But they, like the sheriff, he was so up. He said they are trained to go in and do whatever is necessary to take him down, not wound him. And a lot of them end up coming. If they don't commit, suicide themselves, they end up
Mm-mm.
getting away. Not getting away like they come out alive. They're not supposed to be coming out alive. They should have been taken down while they were in there. And none of them, most of them, if they don't do self-infliction, they end up coming out like the other guy with the church. What's his name? Dylan or whatever. What they do? Buy him a Burger King and a Coke?
He went crazy
And
before.
Brought
Yeah, I know
took
you
his, took
heard
his
me.
ass right to Burger King, right in my hometown. He did that in. Took his ass
That
right
so
to
pissed me
Burger
off
King
so
when they caught
bad.
his ass.
The
That
problem
pissed
and
is
me
it's
they
like
got all this.
it's like few bad apples spoil all that stuff, and the bigotry is so strong, and it goes all the way back to the more that they get away with. When Trump came into office, it gave them like a new way that they can feel that's okay for them.
off.
But you know what?
The,
If we
the
started
problem
getting those
is
AR-15, if we as a black people or melanated people started getting those AR-15s like they would, I bet you that gun law would change then, because then they figure that we got the power and we have the power to take them down. So,
Well,
but we don't buy
that's
stuff
what
like
they're doing. They're doing it to control the minority because we do have those type
I
of
mean, if
guns.
you look at the
I
history of
mean,
the NRA, the whole concept of them
I don't think
being,
too many black people are walking around carrying AR-15s.
no, we
I
not.
don't.
No, people don't walk around with them, but they do have them in their arsenal.
Mhm.
Yes, they do.
But if you look at the history of it, that was the whole point of the NRA, was to go against. They literally formed to go against Black Panther Party. That was the
If we all as a
You
people,
breaking up, Carmel?
Oh, I'm sorry. I
as
don't
we
know why.
as a black people went and got an AR-15, I bet you they should the NRA change those laws quick, because then all right, now these black people got the strength and have the power of these guns, because most of them that's doing that kind of crazy crime, I think all of them are white supremacies.
Well, I like my
You
bros.
do know that you can get the ammunition black market, right?
I understand that. I'm just my
Okay.
point is we as a black people, if we all invested in it and they knew it, they figured we had that power to turn it over on them. See, the fear is the power that we have as a people. Because if we had the unity, we could break them down like we could pop a toothpick. But because we lack of unity, we don't have the strength that we really could have. Unity, when there's unity, there's power. Just like there's knowledge, there's power. But because we are so in dividing ourselves, that's why when I see, maybe because I've seen a lot more because of my age, I'm close to 70.
No, I agree with
And
you. I mean, there is some truth to what you're saying as far as the unity. Yeah, there's some truth to that.
But
and
should we
that's
have
why
guns in
back
the
in the
school?
day, in the like the 70s, 60s, mid 60s and 70s, when we had the Black Panther, power type movement, they were literally afraid. I mean, the FBI and everything were afraid because we had that kind of unity and had that kind of power. They
I
didn't come
think
and
I think there is a greater movement going on with black people. I'm just trying to find out where the secret meetings are held at.
Well,
I
I want
need to
to
know
know
where the
if y'all
secret
believe
meetings
that we
at,
should have guns
because
in
it's some
schools.
it's some things about the, I feel like some things are going to come into fruition in a little bit, but I just need to know where the secret meetings are held, because I don't see our black people going out like this. We cannot become extinct. We cannot become
Never.
the recessive
That's never.
race. So there
God
has
is
to be
not,
some
oh
way
my
that we're
God,
going.
allowed them to have that kind of power, okay? For one up over us as a people. We are a blessed and special people.
Well, we're the
And
dominant race, so you
and
know.
yet they're a dominant race because they're able to, because they control with fear. But once those that don't have the fear, we do have that kind of power, and they would never be able to take us down. That's why they act the way they do. That's
Yeah,
why they're
they know that we are the dominant race. They know that.
But can I ask you, ladies, something? How do you feel about your child's teacher or principal or somebody having a gun in the school? Like, is that off
My
the table?
child
I have
who
mixed feelings. I
Is
have
that still
mixed
off
feelings.
the table?
my child who is of age is homeschooled, so we implement his everything that he needs to know. We
Okay.
implement that along with the curriculum.
So who
So
does the homeschooling? You
And
do,
how
or
old
your
has that been? How old is your child? I ain't trying to dox you or
my
nothing.
child, he's 13.
So how long he been
okay.
homeschooled?
He's been homeschooled for 3 years.
And is
Okay,
it
since the
because of this type
pandemic,
of stuff, or is it because of something just you just wanna?
No,
or it
it was
started with the
I
pandemic.
wanted to homeschool him since I wanted him to get an understanding of what the school structure was. So I let him go to elementary school, and then once it was time to go to middle school, I just snatched him on out of there, because I just I did not see that it was a good place for him to learn from someone else, versus the curriculum, although it is standard, like it's not a private school, it's like public school standard, curriculum, right? But
Right. Well, let me ask
have
you this.
have the advantage to implement what I choose for like something simple as like a field trip.
Right.
Something simple as, like, I have that control. I have that control of when they're talking about King Tut in social studies, to expound more on that, or Cleopatra, to expound more on that, and not let him just sit with the textbook and just go through a lesson. I
Oh,
have that opportunity because I work from home.
yeah.
So
Okay. Let me
yeah.
ask
So
you, what's your name? Shada? How do you say your name?
Sadate, Sadate.
Shadate. Okay, Shadate.
No, my name is Connie. Sorry.
No, but you go by Shadate. So, if that's your name, I'll
No,
go.
it's
That's
a
from
joke.
Pootie
It's a
Tang.
Pootie Tang joke. If you don't know the movie, you won't understand it. But
Okay.
my name is
So
Connie,
there's a
so you
movie.
can call me
Okay.
Connie.
Let me ask you this. Did you make that also with the fact of the pandemic? Did that also give you, like, help you make your decision for the
No,
homeschool?
I already knew. I already knew before, even before when he was in first grade. Like, I already knew that I didn't want him to be in public school, but I just wanted him to get that school structure so that he understands, like, social interactions with different
Yeah, I was
people,
saying.
and get that exposure with different culture, like get the
Right.
structure properly. Even though, I
Right.
mean,
Because
my child was spelling
the only way that he can
prestidigitation
get
at
that,
5 years old.
right.
I mean, the school really didn't do much, but the structure of it does have an important role in a child's life. And
I
so
feel that
I knew.
homeschool is great, but it interferes with their social skills, depending if they started from
No, no,
all.
because he goes to the Y. We have we're in we're in church, so he has different church friends. We have my great grandfather had 27 children, so we
Oh,
have a humongous family. Okay,
okay.
so he's not lacking in social skills at
Okay.
all. Like, we go, like I was saying, we go places now that it has opened up. We've been going places now. During the pandemic, it was a little rough period. You know, you're dealing with a preteen, and you know he want to get out, but it you know he's not lacking in. So it's not like he's
Yeah,
just
my
locked up
kids
at
were. I
home.
had my
I
kids
got a
homeschooled
question.
for
I
the
got a
last
question
2
for
years,
all
except for
those
this
that
year.
are on the panel.
And
How would you feel
they,
about
my daughter,
feel that segregation should come back?
Do I feel like what?
Huh?
Segregation should be come back in the schools.
No,
no.
I don't feel that way at all. Why should I?
I'm just saying, I feel that it should. I think that our kids are our black kids. A lot of things are happening to us due to the colonizers, and I think that something should be. If we are able to put our kids and separate our kids and bring it back to segregation, that we'll be able to have more control of teaching them the truth, like our history and stuff like that.
Tanya,
See
turn your
that falls
turn your
on
camera
him.
off, Tanya.
No,
That
I'm
falls
just
on
saying
her.
because we can do that at home. I mean,
But
Right.
yeah,
we can
exactly. And
do
And
then
that's what I
another,
was gonna say. That's my job. That is my job to make sure
yeah,
that my child gets their history, that they know who they are and where they come from. And
right.
No, no, I mean because they're teaching lies in the school.
exactly, and that's
So
why it falls
that's
on
why
me to make sure that my child gets the education and knowledge that they are supposed to have.
so you're not down with an all black school and like they do with the colleges.
They
Oh,
can.
I
I
mean,
mean, anybody
I'm
can.
for
That's
it.
fine.
Listen,
Well,
I'm
that's
fine
what the
with it.
my granddaughter went to a HBCU. That's a segregated college. It's only blacks. That's it. That's a segregated college. So that's what I mean by segregation.
Well,
Okay,
they
but
the
going to
whole
an
point of
only
them schools was because we were not allowed into the white schools at the time. That was
I'm
the
not
whole point
talking
of them
about.
schools.
I'm talking
But
can
about
I go a little
segregation
further step from
today.
that? Can I say this?
Yes.
Going to an all black school really doesn't equip you because from I would say like this. Let me just say this. From 1975 on to now, we've had different cultures in our schools, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you say a black child should only go to a all black school, you're saying that there's no room for him to interact or or expose or give himself any kind of voice out or put his agenda out to the other races. Because if it's an all black school, it's going to be all like group thinking. I don't do well in group thinking because I have so many thoughts in my head. So what you're saying is you're not allowing the child to really have healthy conversations with other cultures. And I'm not saying pro black is the wrong thing. I'm saying we need to get in those rooms with white folks, Latino folks, Asian folks. We all need to get, I mean, listen, if we want to make any progress, it can't just be all black, because
I
we still have to live in the world with them.
okay.
multicultural.
My
I believe
granddaughter.
they should be around all those kids so they can learn about all those different things.
Exactly.
The Chinese, the
All right. So
Japanese, the
you're not in agreement.
Africans,
Let me ask
the
you this. So
white,
you're not.
the
All right.
Caucasian.
Well, how do you think about the HBCU colleges then? So
But
that
that's
means you're
college. I mean,
White? No, wait, no. Oh, wait, flag on the play.
okay.
I got a white girlfriend that went to an HBCU. There are white people who go to HBCUs. Let's not forget that. Okay,
yep.
there are
okay. Well, I'm
Arab children who goes to HBCUs. There are different cultures who goes to HBCUs. It's not just all black.
But my thing
okay.
is, most people,
And they go,
the
and a lot of
colleges.
them go to educate themselves on black culture, black history.
And
Those
that's why you
They
should
were
be in the mix
raised.
with white folks to make sure you understand where their position and what their agenda is.
And
right.
most people who go to those black colleges were raised around a multicultural all kind of different people. They just go to black colleges because, okay, yeah, I learned about this, I learned about that, but I want to go to this black colleges because it's just something black. Going to a black college and going to an all black elementary
My
school,
granddaughter is a
it's
graduate
no
from the
comparison.
HBCU.
It's hold on. Going to a black college and going to a black elementary school, it's no comparison. The things
Right.
that you learn in
She was from
college,
last year.
it don't matter
Right.
what college you go to, black, white, Vietnamese, it's no comparison to grade school. You learn your
Right.
knowledge is so broad in
It's
college.
so broad.
I can't compare it to grade school, even if it was a black school, black college.
Right.
Most people who go to black colleges, they go because I know a lot of people went to black colleges from my school when I grew up, and they didn't even make it past the first or second semester. They
But
thought
they went for the
they
experience.
thought they were going for that, but they really went because, oh, I want to be around black people. We
Yeah,
can
for the
or
experience. Yeah.
you go, yeah, it's just the experience. It's not because I'm gonna learn about all about black things that I never learned before.
And if you in the South, you got the marching bands, you got the dance line, you got all that, all that good experience, but more
We
so
call
to
The
that,
sorority,
you have social forums that
they
they
go for
have.
that. That's what they're going for. They're not going to learn more about Malcolm or more about. They're really not. It's all about
Right.
the experience.
Exactly. You said it. You said it, Tanya. You said it. That's what needs to be said right there.
All right, look, it's like this.
But yeah, please speak. I'm
Elementary,
gonna say, please speak because you haven't really spoke too much.
Yeah, just my 5 cents.
it's like this. Preschool to 12th grade, okay, is preparing you for life. So going to a school with different races, different cultures, that is what you're going to run into when you're in life. When you're going to college, it's teaching you how to be on your own and make your own decisions, which is why you have the choice of which college to go to.
No comparison.
Your granddaughter was not zoned into a college. She chose to go to that college.
Right. Right. And another thing I want to say is Obama, leaders of the world, they're not just exposed to one way of thinking. Obama went to, I forgot what college he went to, but if you hear the way he talks, in order to be a leader of the world, my point is, in order to be a leader of the world, you have to have the experience, you have to have the
Exposure.
qualifications and the preparedness that it takes to sit down in a room full of black, white, Asian, Arab, Middle Eastern, African. You have to have exposure to all those things. And
Oh,
if
I
you
agree.
just
I just
if you
I
just
just
say,
asked the question. I agree. My granddaughter, you're right. She chose to go to a HBCU. But I also, because I'm a child of the 60s, 70s, I know how they treated us as a people in the school. So I experienced a lot of things. So when I say segregation, I'm not talking about like back then segregation. I'm talking about today's segregation so that we'll be able to experience our culture where we can't do it in a regular is it
But see,
called
brother, like
What's
that.
and that goes and
Okay,
that
hold on,
goes
hold on,
back
hold on,
to
hold on,
what
hold on. I'm
that
just
goes back
explaining.
to what Tanya and Miss Carmel said. That is up for the family, the parents to teach that to you.
yeah?
White
And not only that,
America
don't you
is
think
not going to teach you
that child has
everything that you
already
know.
been segregated? That child, think about it. Their neighborhood is probably all black or all white or all. Their church is probably one race. The people they play with and all of that. Your friends
Mhm,
that you take
mhm,
your kids around are probably all one race. So that child has already been segregated.
mhm.
That child has already been segregated.
Right,
So
because if you say you don't want to deal with segregation, right? Okay, you said the way that they segregated us, right? You have experience, and I'm not knocking your experience, but you're still doing the very same thing that our people wanted to fight for, if in fact you are only holding your children to the Afrocentric way of living.
No, 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 sweetheart. The reason why I'm saying segregation because I see what Caucasian people are doing to our young people in the schools, and they're getting away with it, and nothing is happening. So my point of view on that is that we need to separate our kids away from that for protection. That's all that is. That's why I said it's
Okay,
different.
so I have a
Segregation.
question
No, I
for you.
understand that. And I mean, you're from a different generation than most of us. But also, we need to, as parents and as Black adults, we need to start going to school board meetings to stop all of this quote unquote segregation. Because if we don't stop it when they're small, it's going to get worse and worse as we get older.
Right.
Well, all right. I just know that a lot, and it doesn't always hit the news. I know a lot of the non-melanated people, I'll put it that way, are doing
Okay.
things to children. Just hear me out, please. They are doing things to our children, our young children, and I'm talking about not grammar school. I'm talking about like, well, I don't know. We call it my day. We call it junior high, and
Mhm.
that's seventh grade, and then you went to high school, and then they're also it's happening in college now. It had calmed down since the pandemic and stuff, but these white kids were actually poison our kids, our college kids. And I was like, in my mind, is in the protection mode. It's like, what, our kids should be around their own people because then we don't have to worry about these white folks trying to literally poison and kill our kids. My granddaughter was telling me some stories that was unbelievable. So of course she had to learn survival, but this is with the first time being out on their own, and you still have to guide them. And I agree, everything, certain things should be learned at home, and not, and no one else should be guiding them with. You're there to learn as far as your academics and everything else you should be learning at home. And I agree with that. But again, when I talk about segregation, I'm talking about separating our kids so they can get to learn their culture. Not for them not to mingle with other kids, but when it comes to education, I feel that that should be. And just like for
Education, but not financial wealth, right? Because I'm asking you this.
education,
I'm asking you that because do you bank with a black financial institution?
I
What
don't have one.
hotels? What hotels
Listen,
do you, what hotels do you lodge at? I
I,
mean, it has to be like a full circle thing. I mean, you can't just be.
I understand that, sweetheart. And those kind of questions are hard to answer because it makes it very hard, depending where you live at. Do I deal with a black financial bank? And where I live at, I don't have one. Now, I'm not saying that I can't. I live in New Jersey, and I get someone out there. I get a place out, a black bank out in Oklahoma. I'm not
They're
down.
online, right? You don't have to physically walk in a bank anymore. They're online.
All right, but do you? Let me ask you. Do you?
No, but I'm talking about your agenda. What you're pushing is that there should be a way for our children to only be exposed to black culture only
No,
so that we can.
did not say. I said for them to learn our culture.
That's up
Not
to each and
and
every family. Like, I don't
Billy,
understand what you're
no, no, no,
saying.
no, no, no. You can't. That's how you're perceiving it. That's not how. Um, maybe because there's an age difference in the way I'm seeing it. But no, you can't tell me, please, about what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying, or if you disagree, we got to agree to disagree, correct? No, I do not do a black financial, and I felt like you would just attack me because I'm considered that I'm not pro black. I'm not pro black with everything. I cannot be pro black because of my family dynamics and all that is mixtured in there. I do Bank of America, and they're one of the worst, them and Wells Fargo. But that's what's offered to me here, and I work with what I got.
Okay, I
Now,
wasn't attacking you, and I'm sorry that you took it that way, and I do apologize if I came off
yeah,
abrasive.
yeah. Sometimes you. All right, I get
And
it. I get it.
it's the way
Yeah,
I talk, and I have been working on that
it's
because
it's
it's
not
not
that
an
I'm pro.
excuse. Because it's not an excuse in a
You
conversation.
got past that.
But what I'm saying is,
It's okay. Mhm.
what I'm saying is, there has to
I
be
get what you're saying.
okay.
It
Well, if
has
you
to be a
get it, I get it.
balance. I understand what you're saying. You're saying there has to be a balance for our kids. And I agree there has to be a balance. But it all goes back to the village and and the support of unity with our people to be able to overcome a lot of things that are in. There's a lot of boundaries that we still have that we can't get through because due to colonizing. I am not a woke person. I am not pro black. I will never be pro black. But I wish that I learned the things at almost 70, what I know now from what I learned because of colonizers putting this information in me. I'm like, oh my God, even down to Pluto, we found out that Pluto was a damn lie. You know, so it's like, dang.
Been
So
indoctrinated.
learning,
Yeah.
learning now is because of certain things of our culture being segregated, being separated to learn the truth. Even down to like Juneteenth, Kwanzaa. Do we really know the meaning? Oh, so and so founded Kwanzaa. Really do the research with that. Find out what it's all about. Is it something with the Africans or something that we dreamt out? You know, and then we got people of all types capitalizing on it. So no, I'm not woke. No, I'm not pro black. But some things I do believe should be segregated. I do believe that as a people need to bring back that village so we can learn and have the support, and we lost that. And once we lost the family dynamics for everything, a lot of things with our kids are going crazy. We got white kids shooting up all the blacks due to the hate promoted and white supremacy. Yes,
It's
that is
not,
segregation right there. But we need to be separated from those people with knowledge because they are so weaved into the system they're able to manipulate and do.
yes,
But
we
if
are.
we're
I
able
don't
to
mean no
learn.
disrespect, but right now you keep saying you're almost 70. You are
Hmm.
the village elder, right?
Excuse me?
You would be the village elder right now.
Right,
Yes,
So
that's what
we
I
need
do.
so we
I'm
need to
considered,
turn to you. Your
right,
family needs to
I'm
respect
considered,
the fact
even in
that
my
you are the
family.
elder
Yeah.
and you have the knowledge. You are the teacher. We need to sit at your feet and hear your stories, to hear our history. So now we need to turn to you. You're saying we need a village. Well, you are the queen of the village. Make
Yes,
us
I
sit
know. But
okay,
down
Carmel,
and
Carmel,
listen
can I
to
can I
take
say
you.
my,
can I say
my
something, Miss
responsibility, and
Miss
I am
Kiara?
that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Can I say something? And I'm
Oh, yeah.
to be fair, we have to put more funding into the new leaders of this age. We're not doing that. There are
No, we're
new
not.
leaders, there are new activists, there are new people out there, young people. Remember MLK was once young too.
Yeah.
Oh, I
We
agree.
have to put funding into the young ones who's really doing the actual work. And it may take some research to find out who they are in your area, but do that. And I think if we give them some backing, they can make sure they can do their part. I'm not saying they're going to change the world, but they can do somewhat of their part because
But
they're
each
the only ones out here who
person
really are woke. You know, they're woke, and they have something to say, and they have a seat at the table, or they have the opportunity to have a seat at the table, and they don't have the backing.
Well, you know what else? It don't even necessarily need to be a public thing. It can be something as small as a dinner on Sunday with your family.
I think if we
Sharing
do
that
not start
knowledge.
with your home, and that's just coming from where how I was raised, start
Mm,
from your home and the community. If you
mm,
had to, there was always a big mama in every block, every
yeah,
community when I was, you were able to trust and rely. If you had to go downtown to pay a bill, hey Miss White, can you watch my kids while they were outside? I gotta go take a bus to go do this and that. That's what I grew up. I grew well, and I grew up. We were one of the first black families on the block. And I
mm,
was in class middle, they consider upper class. Because then we have four levels. We didn't have just two or three.
mm,
And, there's certain things that, I lived in a one family house with two kitchens and three bathrooms. Front yard and backyard with picket fence, two swings, and a peach tree. I had all that. I
right.
had all that, okay? But I also had neighbors where we bartered and we supported one another. I also lived in an era that there was a lot of black entrepreneurs, but because the young people who took over when their families had passed on, they didn't want the responsibility of the cleaners, of the stores, of the laundromat, the little stores that help the community out. Mom and pop pharmacies are family owned. And if
But
they're
that experience, I hate to cut you off because I know you're long winded, but that experience only serves your community. What I'm talking about is activists out here who wants to serve all people.
yeah, all people. But it's still, even I live in the town where I'm at, there's a lot of Hindus, Indians. Them as a people, they have such unity and together, and they support one another in their stores.
But that's a different
We
experience
don't need
because they can get along quicker than the black person can.
but we
So,
had I understand that, sweetheart. That's now, but a lot of us blew that when there was only black owned businesses. I grew up where there was only black owned businesses and a few Caucasian. Caucasian was more into the corporate. We had the little mom pop stores and stuff like that. But because we're raising our children not to take on certain things, and this is just my opinion, that and from what I witnessed, from when because I am a 50s child. I was born in 1955. That we just don't have it because then the unity, it goes back to village unity. And yes, you will have activists and they cover for everyone, and that's true. That's just like the mayor. Anything with politically had now we have Arabic, we have Muslims taking on being mayors, and I love that. That is good because you work. Well, I live in Patterson. I think we have like 52 or something like that cultures in Patterson, and we're all learning them. So as far as bigotry, it's not that strong over here. Not saying there isn't any, because there's always. Do we have jerks for police officers? Heck yeah, because they had this power struggle that they figured that the badge makes them feel big. But that has a lot to do with the way they're raised. Either they were bullied or something like that, or they feel less of themselves and they feel that the only power that they have to be over someone and to abuse them. But that's no difference than being bullied online. It's just that one has a badge and one does. It's just feeling the power to be over someone and to try to destroy them and manipulate and to steal and to rob, which my brain just can't comprehend. But my brain can't comprehend and yours can't because our mindsets aren't like that. Just
well,
like some people.
can I ask you this because I may have discredited you, and I may be unaware of what you were actually initially saying. Are you
Mhm.
saying that we should have black community as Chinatown has Chinatown, and you have the Jewish community They stick
Yes,
together in that way.
yes.
Well, then, I mean, I'm gonna have to say this though. You have to think about systemic oppression. It's not gonna be that way. It's not gonna be that easy, of course, but it's not gonna be that way, period, because of the spirit of the world. The spirit of the world is to oppress the minority, to oppress really black people. If you look
But,
at it, it's to
but
oppress us. So how do you change? You can't change a system because regardless of whether you build a black community or not, and I'm not saying that it cannot happen. What I'm saying is, if we do try that, you're still going to have other bumps in the road where you're going to meet yourself into always the systemic approach.
I understand that, and we're always going to have that because it's not going to be perfect, just like any other culture. Certain things happen. I'm just saying that we, as a people, unity is so strong, and it's so important. And the renewing of our minds is that, like Bill Cosby used to say, the mind is capable of ways, and it's renewing of the mind. And if we can't renew our mind, then it's hard for us to get out of certain things. But those who have renewed their mind should be there, like you said, the activists and stuff like that, because they've been the chosen Moses, as one will say, in my era. They're the chosen Moses to guide, to lead, so that the people can get out of the oppression, depression, and everything else. But we can only do that through unity and support, and that support.
Well, the way the world is today, I mean, back in the day, we did have a lot more community. We had a lot more togetherness. People were fighting for our rights, and da 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 da. These days, I don't think it matters if we have
Are not going to go well at all.
a whole city that was black or a whole city that was black and white. It's like sometimes it's just the mentality of a large portion of people that just won't let what we might have in mind happen. You know what I mean?
That's right.
It's like sometimes like you want to do like, okay, let's bring all this community together. It's always going to be somebody. It's always going to have these rotten apples, regardless if we do it on our own or we doing it within the whole city. Like regardless if we said, like from what she's saying, it's like I hear it a lot. Like, oh, we black people, we need to get back to the having our own banks and having our own cities and having our own communities and having our own, like, it's never gonna be like, oh, it's never gonna be like Little House on the Prairie where we just got this community and everybody just running around happy and all this. It's never gonna be like that. It's not.
It's never gonna be like that. I mean, you gotta think about the economic.
Have issues and problems. You know what I'm saying? There's always gonna be a crackhead on the corner. It's always gonna be, you know what I mean? It's not that perfect world. It just don't exist.
I agree with her, and I agree with Miss TR so much because we need to have those things. But because I'm a Christian, I'm a student of the Bible. So I read the prophecies and I know Jesus is going to come back.
Oh yes,
I know that. So by me knowing that, I'm preparing myself for the future, because what the world have set before us, the governments, the religions, they already they're going to be crushed down. Jesus already said that they're going to be crushed down. So why would I put so much faith and hope in what this system is having, what this system have to give us or offering us, when I know?
I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. I say I'm a born again Christian, the Holy Ghost filled, speaking tongues, all that, and have prophesied. I know we're living in the world of the last days, and we have been doing that for years. And our last day could be tomorrow, our last breath. So those who are listening, let them have an ear to hear. Does you accept Christ in your heart? Because your last day may be tomorrow or the next second, or you may not have that opportunity to do that. Okay, so but in the meantime, we are to prepare. And the only way that we're able to prepare is the renewing of our minds to be Christ like and have a mindset to be able to move forward. There is no reason for us to. Yeah, and we as a people need to be segregated against certain things in dealing with the world. And when I'm saying this type of segregation has nothing to do with color, has something to do with as far as, like you said, being a Christian, being a person of faith, regardless. Okay, so that I know we're living in the last days. I'm gonna tell you something. I knew that things were getting real bad when the pan just before, and I'm a COVID survivor 2 times. Okay, the first time is when they treated me like I was some doggone alien dressed up in spacesuits and stuff like that. And then I couldn't even get into a hospital where my daughter, where her being an officer and worked with an infectious disease doctor, told her what to do for me. And that's how I healed at home. It took me 3 months where people were dying where I was at. New York had reefer trucks filled with dead bodies. Okay.
Yeah,
And it's crazy. All right.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, because of God, Him guiding, and He works in different ways that we just have to have the ear to hear. But those who do not, when you're a child of the King, you know His voice. All right, and certain things go into play. But it all comes back to the village, the unity, the renewing of the mind, and even those that were before Christ, like David, Solomon, and different things with the King. That's why a lot of these Christians. And when I say I'll be bold to say non-melanated Christians without, and you know what I'm talking about. I don't understand the morals of Trump. Why would you go for something like this? It just went, but see, you know what? God
It's
also allowed.
prophecy. It's
No, no, no.
prophecy. It has to be fulfilled. You're gonna have people.
I
Listen, you
know,
know.
but you're not letting me finish my point of my view on this. God had allowed Saul to come in place because that was the vote of the people. Although Saul wasn't the real king, it was David.
David. Mm-hmm.
This is the point that I'm making. So I believe that God allowed us to have who we wanted, which was Trump. And sometimes we have to experience something really bad to know the blessings that we miss out on and certain things. And I think that because we experience so much bad, that certain good is going to come across. Now, someone says, oh, when you vote, they say, oh, I don't vote. I don't vote. Well, when you don't vote, you are voting. Okay. And
You're voting on the heavenly kingdom.
when you vote, you are voting, and God puts everything in order. If there's a government in heaven and there's a government on earth, and we do know that Satan is the main governor of earth. Those
Mm-hmm.
who Bible know that. But see, I don't say certain things because not everybody knows the Bible, and I wouldn't want them to think that I'm beating things down on them. So I try to ask God for the wisdom to speak in the terms that they'll be able to relate and understand without it being a boulder in front of you. Oh, you're a Christian, so you think this way. So I
Okay,
know.
how do the rest of the panel feel about that?
About
Somebody
voting.
jumped off.
Okay. Maybe they're
About
just
voting.
about voting. You know what? My mother was a Jehovah Witness, and she died a Jehovah Witness. And she got mad at me one day because she says, oh, Jehovah says that is not his kingdom and stuff like that. But you got to remember, there's 3 parts. Everything's in 3 parts. There's the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Then everything, you have the natural, and then you have the supernatural. You have the negative, and you have the positive. You have 3 heavens. You have 3 hells. You have 3 heavens. You have the sky, you have the space, and then you have the spiritual heaven. You have hell. You have the common grave as hell. You have the business hell, and then you have the spiritual hell, and it's all real, and it's all real. But unless you're able to break them up, like she used to say, the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, how could they all be God? Well, how could you be the mother, the daughter, and the sister, but you're all the same person, but you all have different parts, and all of them take over different authorities?
No,
Separate.
no, 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 no.
But wait,
That's not the same thing. You misconstrued her words
I misconstrued
because
whose
Okay, wait a
words?
minute.
because as far as the Trinity goes, they are all the same person. The
That's
Father,
what I
the
just said.
Son, and the Holy Ghost, right?
Yeah, the Father is the
But a
head.
mother is not her daughter, and her daughter is not her granddaughter.
No, I'm saying you are also with me. I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, and I'm a sister. But I'm still the same person. That's the point that I'm making. I'm still the same person, although I had to say all the different titles. And I'm telling you what my mother will believe as being a Jehovah Witness. That's the point that I'm making. And she believes that how could Jesus be God? And it was stupid. And how could he be all three? And I said to her, Mom, you're a mother, you're a daughter, and your sister, and you're the same person, right? She goes, yeah. And why can't God be the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit too?
Because he can't, because Jesus himself said, He who sent
All
me,
right. I
because
understand.
Jesus said, He who sent me. Okay? He
Mhm.
wasn't referring to himself. He was sent by someone. When he was baptized,
But
his
isn't it
father
don't
spoke and said, This is the one I approved of.
right? He did say that, but also he played the God.
Unless you schizophrenic, you're not going to be God, the Son, and you can't be your mother. You can't be listen, you can be a mother, you can be a daughter, and you can be an auntie, right? But what I'm saying is your own mother comes down and says, I approve this girl, this woman, to be the one that I set forth to make a ransom for the rest of the world. That's a statement
You
from
believe
a separate being.
all right, let me ask you this, but I'm not going to argue with religion. You don't believe that Jesus is not only he the Son of God, but you don't feel that he's God in the flesh.
And I think he's like God. He has God
Okay.
because God created him and he has his qualities like we
All
all
right.
do.
See, that's where the difference is. I believe that he's God in the flesh. That the
Okay.
You
Father.
can say they all created. We all were created in
In
God's
his image.
His
Hmm.
image.
Hmm.
So that could be all
And
of us if we
and
you
even
know.
in the
And they
scripture,
do say that. They do. Some people do say we are all little gods. You know.
and even in the
But
But
I
they
don't
scripture,
say
try
it,
to
but
get
does
all
that
into
make it
that.
true?
Yeah, I don't try to get all into that. I'm like,
Yeah,
but
right. So I'm not
even
going to.
even
The thing
even
is
in the
that I look at the Trinity as being different. So I'm explaining to you with my mother being a Jehovah Witness. This is how she seen it. She didn't understand the Trinity. I'm not breaking it down saying that because I believe that Jesus is God in the flesh. The Holy Spirit is the power, and the Father is the head of all three. That's what I believe, and Father, Son and they are as one, as the Bible says they are one. There's really no separation. It's just that each one had a different part to play, and that's the way I see it. And you see it apparently from what I gathered and my
Yeah.
perception.
And you
You see.
have that right. You have that right, and I respect you. I respect your view.
mhm.
So that's the way it was. And with my mother being a Jehovah Witness, it was Jehovah God, and that's it. And that's just like with Muslims. They respect Jesus, but he's just a prophet. They don't look at him as being the son of God. They look at him as being a son of God, like them being a son of God, like we're child of the king, that type of thing. They don't give him the what they call what they call it, deity, something I can't pronounce.
Deity.
Yeah,
Deity.
yeah, they don't give him that. Well, I do.
So how do you interpret Jesus' words as speaking to his father as the only true God?
Because he was separated. He had to be separated to be a see. God is someone that's why he's the bridge. He's the bridge for us to get to God. That's why the word of God said that if we don't go through the Son, we cannot reach to the Father, because it's really impossible. And that's Jesus as well. And he is the God. And even in the Bible, you had the God, so you know which one is the Father. And then you had the capital G, and then the capital G, lowercase o, and a lowercase d, so that you know that they're talking about Jesus. And then you have the Holy Spirit, whereas people know that is the power, the force of God, like they will say. And when I was a Sunday school teacher, when I was breaking it down for the little kids, when I did with Star Wars, where they had Darth Vader and stuff like that, and they were able to understand between the power and the Matrix and stuff like that, I was able to break it down for their minds to be able to. And the thing is, the important thing is, like, just for us to believe who he is. And the word of God says those who believe in him should have everlasting, not those who believe of him, in him. And there's a difference between of him and in him. You could know of me, but not know of and believe in me. So, and that's the important thing of it. And I have this thing where I'm a strong believer in family. And that's the thing that I think that we as a people, not only as we as a people, who I think who have a strong connection to the Lord because of our ancestors, because of the things and the trials and tribulations of being a beat down people, that's who we relied on to get us through. I think through the years that has broken down. And when that broke down and we lost family, and because of losing family, and family is that village, regardless if it's a community, because the community help you keep the family together even in your home. They work together as a team.
Right. Well, this was a very interesting conversation. I didn't know if anybody else wanted to speak, because I know, is that Sada? Did she come back? Hold on, let me put up my banner real quick. Hold on, y'all. Connie?
Why is that your banner now?
Is that Connie? No, Connie. I'm talking to Connie. She was just trying to get on the screen, but she dropped off.
No, I know, but
why you got
why is that your banner now?
Up
We
in
got a
here.
whole bunch of banners, but I like that one. I like that one.
Okay.
But did anybody else have any topics that they want to discuss besides the religion?
Okay, you want to turn that over? Yes,
I thought that
want
was a nice topic, and these are things that we need to sit down and discuss. And like we were talking, that we don't have the village talks anymore. This was a village talk here tonight.
I got something to say before I go, though. We see the things that are happening right now. I have warned my neighbors and even certain ones of my family, and they laughed at me and they said, "Oh, Miss TR, we know that you got that garden of that stuff grown in your backyard. We know." I said, "You better get your storehouse together." And I was telling this for the past 3 years. Something's getting ready to happen. I feel it. You better start hooking up with the food pantries to start storing stuff. Now it's a domino effect.
Tanya.
It's a domino effect where I'm gonna be going back to on my channel, and I'm gonna start teaching the basics of survival.
Yeah, you should have been here. You should have been here a couple months ago, because we've been talking about that. And I'm glad you
need
mentioned
to
that,
get
because
together because that's what I do. Tanya, tell you, I go and I garden every single day. I have a garden.
I don't have a green thumb. I'm just like, the bugs.
I know, because that's one of the things I asked you on the hood. I asked you when you bought the house. Remember, I said, "Did you have a yard to garden?"
I have a big yard. The bugs is I'm not getting out there.
Well, anyhow, I have a yard. It's not all that big, but I have a yard, and I'm gonna tell you what I have in my yard, and I've been doing it for 4 years. And each year, I add something different to it. Last year, I added watermelon. But this year I added Cherokee. That was different. I added Cherokee tomatoes this time, and instead of the beefsteak tomatoes, I add the cherry tomatoes. But I do the squash, I do the lettuce, I do the watermelon, I do the zucchini, I do all that. And now
I
I'm
envy
getting
y'all for having a yard, Tanya. I do because I live in an apartment, so all I can do is just grow my little thyme and my little
yeah.
rosemary and
I ain't growing
oregano.
Oh, so you do a
I ain't
lot of herbs then.
I ain't growing shit. I might put some roses in the front yard by the curb, but
See
that's
now,
it.
Okay,
before my mom
not
had now,
everybody's
no,
point.
before my
Wait
mom
a minute
passed,
now,
I
you
used
building
to
your
do a
patio,
lot.
you gotta have some nice rose bushes up next to that patio now.
That
No, wait a
means
minute. I
it's
ain't
gonna
even
be
doing no roses.
flowers
I'm a,
equal bees. No.
If
I
you
ain't
don't
even
have
doing
In
no
my
any,
roses.
garden, like last year I had 4 different varieties of tomatoes, and I had like 4 or 5 different varieties of peppers. Um, this year we have a watermelon patch with like 3 different types of watermelon. There's cantaloupe. Um,
go girl.
there's pumpkins over there, and then in my section of the garden, I have like 5 different versions of hot peppers, cayenne
Go girl.
pepper,
Yeah.
bell pepper. I
I
have
Yep.
mean, but
different.
that's okay. And you're able to do that. Some people can't. Some people have an
Yeah,
apartment. Some people have what they call a terrace where they could do
A
containers on.
terrace, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
terrace,
my
where
daughter has her sunflowers, and then I have like
yeah.
my
But
cucumbers
don't
and
y'all
my
don't y'all
kernel
miss the
corn.
days where we used to pick the blackberries off the cow fence and eat cow
Yeah.
weeds? Do y'all remember cow
I
weeds
got
back in the
mulberry
day?
trees in my backyard too. I don't tend to them; they just back there. The
Do y'all
mulberry.
remember cow weeds back in the day? Cow weeds.
No, I
But
don't
They
know
you
it's
what
a
know
that
little
what,
it's a
is.
little
Dr.
bitter.
J?
Like a little bitter, like sweet, bitter little weed. It's like it has
I'm
a
gonna
red
grow
buds on it.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
know what
start.
you're talking about. I never knew the name of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause you
cow
can pick it
weeds.
right out the you can pick it right out the ground and
Right out the ground and just we didn't care what dog or what cat was peeing on it.
right.
Yeah. Well,
No,
you
where
know
I'm
something.
from,
When I was coming up, the mint that we it grew wild in the back part of your yard. Everybody was known for everybody to have mint in their yard. They have it in their lemonade. They have it in their tea. They have it as medicine. I have
Yep.
mint. I have thyme, and I have rosemary. Those are the only three. I'm having a problem with growing basil from seed, so it looks like I'm gonna have to go to the farm or to a big box store like Lowe's or Home
Yeah, go to
Depot.
the farmers market.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what it is? I'm
Get
gonna
the
tell
stuff
you,
and do that.
it's
I'm
the
having
soil
problems.
you're using. Um, what is that? It's
Mm.
in a yellow bag. It's in a yellow bag, but
But
it's the
but you
best.
can also go and buy like the herbs. You can buy it from the supermarket, and then
You
you
can.
propagate them, and you can have it. However, for those like Connie who does not have it, where she could do that other than her little small herbs, my sister, it doesn't matter what you do. You can't get you get survival food. I'm gonna
Right.
tell you
Even
what
like
my
my
sister
onions, like when I let my onions get real old, and I'm gonna let just my 5 cents because she been trying to say something for a long time.
You use them
But
for
like
your
when my onions get real old, I cut it in half and I set it in like a little Tupperware, like a very small Tupperware container in a little bit of water, and it'll grow. The scallions of just the green peppers just grow right out the
yeah.
onion, and you got your scallions, and
Or you can use like your egg crates, if your egg crates are the ones with the natural ones, not the foam kind. You can use those to actually onions out of there too.
Well,
now I'm gonna
I
tell
ain't
you.
growing ish.
I
all
think
right.
just
You
my
may not
five
be able
cents.
to
I think
grow.
just my 5 cents wanted to say something, y'all. We've been cutting her off
Oh,
for a long time.
I'm
oh,
sorry.
I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it. You know, every time someone talks, it lights up. I didn't even see it, her. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Go ahead.
Okay. One, I'm a serial
Mm.
plant killer, so I can't grow shit. But two, my grandma, my grandma used to you know how you lose 100 strands of hair a day? She used to comb her hair and save it, and then when she saved up enough, she used to put it in the plants along with aspirin, and her garden was beautiful.
Ooh.
Mm.
Yeah, aspirin, yes, aspirin
But
is like what
aspirin,
it
yeah.
does for you.
Hmm.
Does
Yeah,
like what
So
it
aspirin
you
does
can
does.
good
use
for your
a
rose
tea
bush and
bag,
everything.
a regular
It
black
doesn't help.
tea
It
bag.
does. It doesn't encourage it to grow, but what it does, it puts up defense to keep you from your plants from getting diseases and
Dead.
fungus. And stuff. That's what it
Hmm.
does.
See,
I tell the
I
people,
ain't heard about aspirin, but I use the
yeah,
tea
you
bags,
put it,
just the
you
regular
spray it on your leaves. You spray
before
it
I
on your
get.
leaves,
Oh,
and
really?
you can
See,
spray it on
I
all
try
plants.
that.
You spray it on all of them, and you crush up an aspirin. One aspirin, you put it in so many liters of water, and you spray on the leaves, and it puts up a defense where when the creepy crawlers try to get to them, and or fungus or blight and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it makes
Uh-huh.
it strengthen and fine. But for those who can't grow and
Girl,
those
you
who
ain't
are
said
allergic,
nothing. I'm gonna go out there tomorrow and do that.
Yeah, it actually worked, Karma, for real. Cause like when I buy, flowers and stuff for the
Uh-huh.
house,
So
and
you
I
take the
I put
oil,
what
you
I
put
do is
in
I
your
put
hair,
like a half of aspirin in the
in the
bottom of the vase and
yeah,
just
and the
to
yeah.
other one
so
was
that
to
it
keep on
it,
your
it
hair,
prolongs the life expectancy of the flower, basically.
Oh,
It
okay.
helps
and
hold
the
the
other one you
moisture.
said you keep on your hair, and what else?
Okay,
Yeah, it's
you
the
know
You
how
aspirin that
put
you
it in there. You plant it in there.
yeah, you
Just
know
my
how
five
you
cents.
you know
what the hair does is help. It's like the hair works like a mulch.
No, I was asking her what
Just
else.
my five
You
cents.
said just
Yeah.
my I said you said hair and what else?
okay, you
Aspirin.
know how you
Aspirin. Okay, so the combination of the two. Okay.
yeah, you know how you lose 100 strands of hair a day, right? It comes out in the comb. My grandmom used to save it up, and when she saved up enough, she would put it in the plants along with the aspirin.
Oh wow.
That can help with the
Yeah,
compost. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have nothing against planting. I just don't like dirt and bugs.
bugs.
I just don't.
Uh,
Get
but
you
you know
some
what?
garden gloves and get in there and
Right.
become one with
But
the
you
No,
earth,
know
I
what she
girl.
swear.
Tanya,
I had a house before. I had a house before, and I did plant some roses and some other flowers, and they bloomed. I mean, they were beautiful. But then there was
but you
all
know
kind
what
of
you can
bugs and
do,
spiders and bumblebees. And you couldn't even sit
Tanya, you
I
outside.
mean, you can't get
know
rid of the bumblebees,
You
but
can't
like
write
when I
because
go
they're
But
gonna.
out
I'm
there,
saying I planted the flowers like in the front yard, and I couldn't even sit outside anymore. It was just too
you
many
know what?
bees and stuff.
Now, when you came to my house, you didn't see none of that. You didn't feel none of that. You know why? Because I spend time out there in the earth.
Yeah.
When it starts warming up, I go out there and
you
first of
check your
all,
plants and see
I
bugs,
hate
you do
dandelions.
something.
I hate dandelions. So I
Mm.
spray for them first, and then like when I do my garden, I spray a fungicide back there.
Mm.
It's a natural fungicide. I can't think of the name of it right now, but I spray
Hood
that.
table, just get you some daylilies. You
I
can't go
don't
wrong
want
with some
I don't
daylilies.
want to plant, but I don't
Just
want
get you some daylilies and put out there.
Tell her to
You can.
plant some peonies. They come up annually.
Yep, the
You'll be all
peonies.
right.
I
Yep.
don't want to plant, but I don't want
Some
to.
some little blue eyed Susies or
I
something.
don't
Just get
want
you
to
something that
plant.
can just stay out there for a little
She talking
while.
about she
I
don't
don't
want
want to
to plant.
plant.
Well, you know what, Tanya, you don't like the bugs and stuff, but however, you can go to the supermarket and you can buy fresh
Can I
Citronella
just buy
milk.
candles.
fake ones? Can I just get fake flowers?
Get you some citronella candles and sit your ass on the porch.
Okay,
There
Oh,
you go.
I got plenty. I got
Girl, you can
I got citronella candles with the candle
I get
holders
you
and
some
the
citronella candles. Oh my
I got
gosh, you
plenty of
can't
them.
do the bugs at all.
No, I love, and Karma Diva will tell you, I am an outside person. I love having parties and barbecues and all that
How
stuff.
you an outside person and you don't like
I
bugs?
so I have plenty of citronella candles and what's some other things? The tall what are
They
they called?
got citronella plants
torches.
you can
Yeah, the
put up
Torch.
torches.
there.
Yeah, I have
The
plenty of
torches,
torches.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
I got a whole bottle of the torch fluid, that citronella. I have
Tanya,
I can
can
see
I,
you out there just filling up the torches before the
just fill
company
up the
comes.
torches
Oh
and
my
put and
God.
put them all around the house. Matter of fact,
Nah.
tonight after my nephew finished with video child, and if y'all follow
Oh
Facebook,
my
it's on
God.
my Facebook. But after he finished my patio, I went and got these solar string lights. I need to get like probably two more sets because I bought two sets and it wasn't enough lights. Mama got two more sets. The patio looks beautiful, y'all.
See,
Like
you ain't
I
compared
been
saw
over
a
here
part of
lately.
it.
I
You
got
put a
my
part.
whole garden lit up back there with them little
compared to
98
what that
cent.
patio looked like before I moved in.
You put a
My
part of it
garden.
on online. You posted a part of it, like how he was starting it off.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
didn't
he
put the.
was doing a
I gotta
great
put the
job.
finished product. I gotta put the finished product on there.
He was doing a good job, so I cannot wait. Get you
But
some silk flowers if you can't stand the plains. Get you some nice silk flowers. They got some nice
I
ones
can do
too.
that. I can put some fake flowers and put them all around the place. Like
Yeah, but don't have them
Now,
looking like a funeral home. Now you can't just have them everywhere.
Well, you know
I'm
what? I
telling you,
don't do well.
Cause
I don't do
people gonna be
flowers.
thinking they coming to a cookout and then they be like, oh, is this a funeral? Is this a setting up? What is this?
It's the
I don't
repast.
do
She having
well
a
with
repast.
Not
flowers.
the setting up.
I'm
But
gonna get
what I
those.
do do,
You know the ones that you hang up like on the ceiling and they
Oh, the
kind of
hanging
like go down. They kind of
Oh
trickle
Lord.
down the
like
vines.
for the perennials. Yeah.
I'm
uh,
tell you
I
what
don't
also
do,
Put
works.
every corner
I don't do,
on the ceiling of my patio awning. I'm gonna have them all hanging all over
You
there.
need to stop it. You need to stop.
Ooh,
I got
Carmelita
Venus flytrap.
she got a green thumb. She can come on right on over here.
Yeah, Karma go over
well,
there and help her
I done
with her
told
friend.
her I would come
I don't
over
have a
here.
green, I don't
I
have
done
a
told
green
her a
thumb with
million
flowers.
times.
I don't have a
I'm
green thumb with flowers, but I do. What I do have in my front lawn, I went to Dollar Tree and got me some silk flowers, and
See,
my front be looking pretty all
that's what
year
I'm talking about.
long.
Okay,
It's
Dollar
not
Tree. You said
brown
Dollar
all
No,
Tree.
day.
don't go to Dollar Tree. She telling you some false. She's telling you some. That's false
I'm
teaching right
going to
there.
the Dollar
That's
Tree.
false teaching right there. Don't go to no Dollar
I'm
Tree.
going to the Dollar Tree.
No, go on Amazon. Put it on your Amazon thing so people can go ahead and pay for it. And
I am
or
not
if you don't want
associated
nobody to
with
pay
none
for
of
it,
this.
just go to Amazon and buy it yourself. They got nice luxurious because I have the silk what are they called? Tulips in my room and the silk peonies. Peonies.
And you got them from Amazon?
Yes, yes.
When
Well,
I
I can
had my
show you
housewarming,
right
when
now.
I had my
If I can
housewarming
show you right now how they look. It looks so good, Tanya.
are you
It's
following
like
Tanya,
Are you
Tanya,
following
when I had my housewarming party for my unit here, because I bought a co-op. One of the gifts, they would bring a gift, and then you would have like a wishing well. Well, the wishing well would it was cleaning supplies, and they all brought a silk flower. I took those flowers and I went to, honestly, although you may think it's white folks or ghetto or whatever, I went into the Dollar Tree and I got some pretty flowers and I got cement vases outside. And I put together such a bouquet on each side and all around the frame that it, even in the snow, when the snow covers it, it looks so pretty. And then in my backyard, I have my garden. For those who cannot garden, my suggestion is just to get survival food like your rice,
You
your
need to send
beans.
me these links and these pictures and stuff to my IG. Like Connie, send me the links to the Amazon, and this Miss TR send me pictures of your floral arrangements. Because
Mhm.
I like the idea of floral. I mean, today I was at Home Depot and I was looking for the fake ones because when I bought my house, you know how people have the screw in the ceiling to hang the plant.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the
Like
hook.
they must have
The,
had
the
plants there and
hanging
they
hook.
left the screws in the
Yeah,
ceiling.
yeah, it's the hanging hook, and you twist
Yeah,
it
yeah,
in the
yeah. So
wall.
I was
Yeah.
looking for things to hang, like fake plants to hang from the screws that's already in the ceiling. I like fake plants. I don't like the bugs, and I don't like all that stuff. I just like,
Well, a lot of people
you know,
don't. But and believe it or not, I do not garden in. I do partial, what they call a container, and open container planting. And
oh,
believe
so
it
you
or
put it like in a container and then stick it in the ground, and then it like grows up.
no, yeah, that's another way of doing it. And then you can get, in that way, my plants get the best of both worlds. I'm gonna blow you away on what I use.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
use
send it to me if y'all not follow me.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you
On
my
IG.
planters. I'm gonna tell you my planter. My
Okay.
planters are painted. I
Your
got my
parents on
grandchildren.
Connie.
What?
Connie, your camera on.
There you go.
My
I thought she was
I
gonna
use
show me her flowers or something.
and use my, yeah, I know you're gonna say what? I use I use vehicle tires, and
Hey,
they're all painted.
Rita.
Huh? Ah, Leslie. I use vehicle tires. They're all painted yellows to get the bees to be attracted to
Oh, I
them.
done seen those
I
kind of
know what you're
arrangements
doing.
before. Oh, she is
Yeah.
gonna show me her flowers. Hold on, I'm gonna make the screen real big,
Oh,
Connie.
that looks so pretty. That looks
Hold on,
so
Connie.
pretty.
Yeah.
That looks
I'm
That's
so
the silk flowers.
okay, Connie. I'm gonna put you on the screen by yourself. Okay.
And these are another
I can
and these
tell.
are another set of silk flowers right here.
They look
Oh,
pretty. Yeah.
okay. Show me the
Yeah.
other ones because I missed it. Show me the other one. Oh, that looks pretty though.
They are pretty. She has her decoration is very modern,
Oh, is
very
that your
simple.
bedroom, girl? That's you got a cute bedroom. Oh,
Oh,
I
that's
like
pretty.
those. Yeah, I like
Those
those.
are pretty. All of them are pretty. Yeah. When you can go to
Okay, so
Michael's, or
I might have to give me some little
Yeah,
tips.
I
you
love
can
Michael's
go
or
to,
even Hobby Lobby, and you can like
yeah, you can go
just
to Hobby
throw
Lobby
marbles in the
or
bottom.
I'm waking them up.
You can
Look
do
at
like the
y'all trying to
Christmas.
help me hook up my. Y'all know I'm not
Yeah,
And let
good.
me show you. All of this is Amazon.
the fishbowl
Wow,
with the marbles in the bottom, or you can put the smell
that's
good.
nice, Connie.
That is
very
very pretty.
pretty, very pretty,
Oh, I like
sweetie.
the curtains on the tub. Ooh,
And I made this. This is a placemat.
you made that?
That's a
That
placemat,
is
and
that
I
that
bought the
epoxy
frame.
stuff on there.
I bought the frame from Walmart, and
Oh,
then I put a little velour piece of
Back.
fabric on the back of it.
look at you,
Done.
girl.
That is
That's a good idea.
beautiful. That is beautiful. Oh, I like that cabinet. Where you get that cabinet from?
Amazon. I'm telling you, all this stuff is from Amazon.
That
I know
big
I'm
black
an
cabinet.
Amazon
That
freak
black
too.
cabinet came from Amazon.
All of this, everything in this room came from Amazon.
Amazon, girl, it's addictive. It is.
Wow, y'all about to have me spend my whole paycheck at Amazon.
Child, I get everything from Amazon or Walmart.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what?
Amazon and Walmart, they
And I
deliver.
go
They
to
deliver.
What I did
Walmart.com,
see,
honey.
what I did see at Walmart. I mean, what I did see at Amazon that I'm going to get. I looked up. I looked up comfort sets with curtains, and they have like the whole set at Amazon.
Hmm.
And I was like, they got so many different styles, different colors, different designs, because I want my curtains to match like my bedroom set. So
Yeah,
Amazon got a lot of those. So I'm planning on ordering one of them like real soon.
Yeah,
So let
see,
me
and I
finish
changed
telling
the
you,
colors in my bathroom, so
you know, we had those that are listening here. I plant my veggies in. They're vehicle tires. My grandchildren painted them yellow to attract the bees and pollinators because where I live at in New Jersey, we have a problem with pollinators.
Oh,
Um, yeah, I have to hand pollinate my zucchini and my watermelon and stuff like that because we don't have a lot of bees, you
oh,
know, and those moths that be flying around in your garden, they lay eggs, and those eggs go into like worms, and they eat your foliage up. So they're not really pollinators. But I do it in tires. My garden looks so unique, and I saw it on YouTube where they were using it vehicle tires, and got the best of both worlds because the tire is open. So what I do, I'm gonna tell you what I fill it up with. I station it. Of course, it's painted for whatever color that you want it. I station the tires on the ground. I fill the bottom up with hay. Then on top of the hay, I put food scraps. No dairy and no meat, but I put food scraps. It could be beans, it could be rice, it could be old vegetables and stuff. I put that on top of the hay, and then I take potting mix and put it on top of that, and I water it down. I put my seeds or my transplants in it, and what it does is that I don't have the hay is really grass and it breaks down and it nourishes the ground because a lot of us our dirt is missing a lot of minerals just because. It's not like when you were growing up that you were able to have that. So if the ground is not nourished, then our food won't have the proper nourishment. So it's like what our plants eat is what they give off to us. If they're not eating good or having the proper nourishment, they can't give us the proper nourishment. So I
Mm-hmm.
could try to go as natural as I can. My daughter has a problem eating a lot of my stuff. She said because her room's back there by it. She said all she smells is poop, but that's because of the organic
The compound you
manure
breaking
that
it
I
down.
use. Yeah. So but that's what I
Now,
use,
do
and
you use manure in your mix, or do
yes,
you
and
just
I do. But
okay?
that when you're doing seedlings, they cannot handle manure in the beginning. You have to do it when they're at least about maybe 3 to 4 inches, close to 6 inches tall. Then you're able to put the manure in it because unless you're doing home compost, and it depends what the manure is. Like chicken manure is considered hot manure. You cannot put that in unless it's
Keep
at
it a
least
nitrate?
5 years old. Yeah, it has to be. It has to be. But you can use rabbit manure right away. You can use cow manure right away. You can use horse manure right away. You
I'm
cannot
gonna tell
use.
you now, I ain't using none of that. My mama tried that one year and had the whole damn neighborhood stinking. I was like, Mama, you better not ever do that shit.
So I don't. My daughter, she didn't like when you first put it down. It has an odor, but after a while, maybe about a week, it doesn't have odor anymore. I use fish emulsion.
About
I make.
the horse
I
poop, the cow poop.
yeah. Horse manure is good.
I know.
Cow
I
manure
heard.
is good. Okay. Um. And it depends where you live at, because in Texas they use cow manure and horse manure to fertilize. If you're from Alaska, you do fish solution. And what it is, fish fertilizer, you could take, when you go get your fish from the fish market and you get the heads cut off, they weigh it with the heads on. And
Mm,
they throw away the heads or they resell it. And what it is, you ask for your heads, and this is what you do. You take it and you get yourself a Lowe's or Home Depot bucket with a lid. You fill it up with water. You put some molasses in it, and you put that raw fish heads in there, and you put the cover on it. You leave it like that for a week, and you
mm.
and you take the rainwater if you're able to put rainwater or whatever it's in there, and use that to feed. That's what the American Indians did. They would bury fish heads in
Yeah,
their
now that I did know.
yeah, and it cultivates. So there's different things that you do. And when you have, and then you can take a pot, and then if the bottom is cut out, so now you're doing, it's the plant has the best of both worlds. It has container, whereas it's called container growing. However, if the complete bottom is missing out, then it makes it so that it's easy to drain. It'll drain into the ground, and then or you have holes in it, and it's good to have holes in it because and it be on the ground because it allows worms to get up in there. Worm poop is called worm casting. They call that black gold, and that
It's
black
funny because
gold.
me and the kids, I even got the little neighbor boy. He was autistic. I mean, he is autistic, but when he first moved here, he was scared of everything. But
Hmm.
because he hangs with Miss Keisha, he's learning a lot, and I'm exposing him to different things.
And
And
you learn. Yeah,
so
my
the worms
grandmother,
we take when we see worms, he used to be scared of. But now
he's
I
picking
tell
them
him,
up.
no, you see them worms, you gotta pick them up. You gotta throw them in the garden so that they will, I tell them,
Yeah,
you put the worms
we
in there
learn.
and they dig the holes and that brings that oxygen and
And yes, they
rain.
dig the holes, it brings the art, and then they poop inside there. And it's
Yeah,
called worm castings. And that's why I fill the bottom up with hay. So it has, because the hay has the little air pockets in it. I put the food in there because when the worms come up through the ground, they're going to keep coming because they got something there to eat. The dirt covers up so I don't have to worry about varmints getting into it because they don't smell it. And then you have about two, anywhere from I say 3 to 4 inches of potting mix. You have to use potting mix and not dirt because
Wow. Not the
dirt does
topsoil. You have to use the
not,
potting
yeah, no,
mix
you have to
because the
use
potting mix
potting.
has the nutrients in it.
That's right, Keisha. You're right, right, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what you do, and it gives something for the worms to eat. And I learned that. So my garden, like I brought transplants from the farm. I got them. They were like maybe 2, maybe 3 inches, and that was what, the middle of May. You know, they're almost 6 feet tall now,
Wow.
just from the rain alone. The only thing
See,
I
my
don't.
tomato, see, in my tomato, well, we've had a lot of rain here lately, a lot. But my tomatoes, like last year, my tomatoes, well, I couldn't even really tend to them because around this time last year, the mama started getting sick.
Oh,
But
okay. So
my,
what happened to them? Did they get blight, or they just?
no, they grew, and I mean, no suckers. By the end of the summer, they were probably about 5 feet tall.
Yeah, they grow, and that's because, and then even when you do the tomatoes, for those that are listening, they have determinate and indeterminate tomatoes. You have to find out which one you want. Do you want one that the determinate means that once it fruits one time, it fruits all at one time, and then the plant is dead, or do you want indeterminate where it'll keep growing and producing until it gets too cold for it to produce?
See,
I
and
get
I
the
think that's what
indeterminate.
happened last year. Like I said, because mom, she got started getting sick around this time last year, and then she passed at the end of October, and that was about when they stopped producing.
Yeah, that's in October, so that means that that's when a lot of harvesting goes on anyway. But when it starts getting cold, that's when they slow down. They may produce the tomato, but it won't ripen. You'll end up with greens, more green than the red. The bright red.
Yeah.
But I'm doing a new cucumber. It's called a Persian cucumber that actually comes from Persia. And what it is that because I do not have bees and pollinators like it should, and that means that the bee doesn't properly pol- um, pollinate it correctly or not enough, then my fruit will start going bad. Like it'll
Yeah,
produce
see,
the
I
fruit,
couldn't
but
get
it's
my
bad.
cucumbers were not good last year. Not to me anyway. They were not
I'm gonna tell you what to do.
really good.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do, and you get it on Amazon. All right, it's called Beta B, not Beta, Bet, BEIT Alpha, and I got them. It's a little pricey. It's like maybe anywhere you get them for anywhere from $5 to $6 a pack.
Mhm.
However, you get 100% return. And what
Oh,
is that it doesn't produce male flowers, only females, but they're unisex like the tomato. Don't you know the tomato is a bisexual plant? It's male and female in one. And when you see the little flowers, what you do is shake it, and what it does, the sperm drops into the ovary, and it produces the tomato. How I know? Because I took classes on it. The beta, like when you go to the supermarket, you know how when they say this it's seedless, it's not that it's seedless, it's just that it's less seeds. That's because it's a female plant that did not have a male pollinator because it's all built into one. And you
that's
get
like
when you
how I
plant
learned what the difference between the bell peppers because like a
bell
full
peppers, yeah. Bell
like
peppers, believe it or not, the bell pepper is a green pepper, and then it goes through different stages. Green, then it turns yellow, then it turns orange, then it turns red. I had purple last year. It was purple on the outside and green on the inside.
wow.
So it's just that it's at different stages. But this year I said, no, I need a better return because these bees are not doing their job. So what I did was invest in stuff that didn't take a bee to pollinate. You shake the leaf and it does it itself. Eggplant, they're self pollinators. Tomatoes are self
Now
pollinators.
you know what else I've done this year that I probably should have done before, but I didn't. I rotated my garden too. And that's something a lot of people don't know that you are or you should do. You don't plant the same plants in the same
And you have to cultivate the ground
yeah
because each plant sucks
from
up different. Like if you grow peas, peas produce nitrogen. So the following year, if you do peas again or string beans, you do it in another area because
right,
you need something that the nitrogen. And nitrogen is good for
uh,
heavy eaters. Heavy eaters such as watermelon, heavy eaters such as like pumpkin and stuff like that. Those are heavy eaters.
so like
And
where I had the tomatoes planted last year, now I have corn planted there instead. And
yes, but you also have to redo the dirt again too, because by the time the plant or the veggie done sucked out of all the nutrients to be able to produce the fruit that it needed you to produce. Also, once you get those, you go online, go to the home center, learn to save those seeds, so that way you don't have to buy seeds. You're able to produce your own. But one thing with the bait alpha, it doesn't produce seeds for you. You have to buy them. To my understanding, this is the first year. But everybody who does the bait, BEIT alpha cucumbers, when you plant those, you get 100% return. So three, if you plant 3 seeds, you get about 20 to 30 seeds in the pack. And when you save them, what you do is seal them, take them, fold it up, put it in a Ziploc bag, and put them in the back of your freezer. That's where you save your seeds at, in the freezer.
okay.
And but you get 100% return on the bait alpha. It'll give you so many cucumbers, and you see the cucumbers every time you go to the supermarket. They're called seedless. They're usually long, real long, and kind of thin, and they taste so good and they're sweet and they're sliced, and they don't have those big fat seeds in them like the other cucumbers. The other cucumbers. And then you can't wait till when you do your cucumbers, you can't wait. And your zucchini and your squash, you can't wait till they get real super big, because by that time it starts to go to seed, as they call. And it's you have to get them like any when they're small or medium. Don't wait till they're almost as long as your arm to pull it from the plant, because then it inside it starts to saying, okay, this has not been picked. I'm gonna plump these seeds up because we're gonna get ready to reproduce. It's another thing
See,
I
and I
added
have,
to.
you know what? I wish I ate squash and zucchini. I don't eat those, so I don't grow them. But
I can eat
like
them cooked
last year,
raw. They're so good.
my greens grew and grew and grew. I mean, the ones I grew from a plant and the ones I grew from seed. Them suckers, they just grew. I
Greens
mean,
such as what? Collards and kale.
I did collards and I want to say some turnips.
Collards and what? I didn't hear you, Keisha.
Turnips, turnips.
Okay. I think turnips, I'm not sure, but I know collards and kale, you
Mhm.
can start them in the summer and hopefully that the worms don't get to it. But
Yeah,
broccoli,
I had it took
collards,
me. I had to learn
yeah,
about the worms,
yeah. You could
and
put those are a winter crop. They'll last with snow and everything on them. They like the cold and
exactly.
it's
I
sweeter
didn't know
and
they do because they out. Some of those collards are still going. They're still good, and
yeah,
I'm
and they'll
like,
go right through the winter. They'll go right through the winter. They can go down to 0 degrees and
and
still
I'm
survive.
well, I'm like, are collards supposed to be annuals? Because I didn't know they were. I didn't know they came back.
They can depending on how you push it and how you take care of the plant. It'll keep going on and on and on. Yes, you're meant when you plant it one time and it dies, you don't have to do nothing. It'll come back on its own every year. My other new one that I spent $25 for only four. Oh my god! But I wanted them so bad. Walking onions.
I don't have much luck with onions.
No, these are walking onions. What it is that they have like little bulbs on the top, like they have the onion at the bottom, and then they grow like a scallion real tall, and then they have a little cluster of onions at the top. And what it is, you plant them and they last out. Onions last out through the winter too.
Yeah.
What it does is it's top heavy and it drops over. And when it drops over, it starts planting itself in different areas. And then if you don't watch it, it will become invasive and your whole yard will be filled with onions.
Oh, okay.
So that's something I learned, and I got mine from, she was from Texas, and I googled it and I was like, oh my god, to spend $25 for only four and you're not even sure if they're gonna last. And I took that chance, and they're still hanging in there, and they're hanging in there. So, but I can advise the people, start investing in getting your storehouse together. Go and look for homesteaders. There are you have brothers and sisters that have farms, you know um people who have chickens. I can't have chickens, but honey, a taste of a fresh egg tastes much different than the one that's in the
I got a
supermarket.
friend that I grew up with, and her family, when we were, I mean, little kids, they had turned their garage into they would just walk in, sometimes barefoot, just walk in there and go and collect the eggs. And I was like, ain't no way I'm walking in there barefoot. 'Cause all I could think was that chicken shit everywhere. I was like, no, I'll go in else in your yard, but in the mm-mm.
But just my sense, what else are you growing?
Tanya, you're muted.
I know. I was just saying we've been on here 3 hours, y'all. Let's get to wrapping up. Okay,
Oh,
let's get to
I
wrapping
seen
up.
the look. I saw the look already, and I
You
was.
supposed to ring the three no alarm, Beyonce. You supposed to
I'm
ring the
sorry, and you know that's my song. Ring me alarm.
you supposed to do our 3 hour alarm. We like over 3 hours.
I'm sorry, I didn't even look at the time. I just happened to look up at your face, and I was like, "Oh,
Honey, you
Um,
wrong.
any of
I
you
did."
people, ladies here, have your own channel that I can sub
Yeah,
to support?
well,
You
Carmel
can look on
got
my on Caramel Divas. I do it every now and then, but I told my kids I was
I'm
gonna
sub to
start.
you. I'm sub to you, honey. I'm sub
and
to you.
just my 5 cent.
Okay.
I don't think Connie has a channel, but just my 5 cent has a channel.
Okay, and it's
Okay.
called Just My 5 Cents. I'm gonna do that now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, good
yeah,
ladies.
just
I
my
thank you for
5 cent.
hearing me out, and you continue to be blessed. Bye bye.
You
Yes,
too. Bye
thank you for
bye.
joining us
Thank you so
tonight.
much
Yeah.
for adding to the panel. Your commentary was
Yes,
very, very
Yeah.
interesting and very intriguing and very thought provoking at some point. So
Yeah.
I
thank
Very
will
you.
enlightening and
learn, and I
very
know I could
enlightening.
be long-winded. I know I could be, and then what it is that I guess my age. I don't know. Once my
But you
thought,
long winded girl. I'm gonna have to give it to you straight now, girl. You long winded girl. You can carry on. You like
you
my
know what it is.
mama.
I'm a radio personality, so I can actually hold it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you're
That
being a
makes
radio
sense.
personality.
That makes
just
sense.
my 5 cent. Don't you have a channel? Just my 5 cents.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting
I
ready to
thought
do
you
that
did. Yeah,
now
just my 5 cents
because
channel.
I'll lose my train of thought, and next thing you know, I done forgot about just my 5 cents. So I'm gonna do that right now. Okay,
Yeah,
blessings,
and
ladies. Bye
Carmel
bye.
Diva has a
Bye
Okay.
bye.
yeah,
Thank
Bless up
I'll
you.
yourself.
post all the links. I'll post all the links on my community wall because not only just my 5 cents, but Carmel Diva and my bro all got channels. Connie, I don't know what you wait for, but I ain't gonna press you. I ain't no pressure. I'm not
But you know what I told you what I want to do.
gonna I know.
And then I was in a conversation with just my, well, not in a conversation. I was on the chat and just my 5 cents was on a panel last night,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't like the fact that people um correct me if I'm wrong, but y'all didn't like the fact that people wash their hair in the kitchen sink. And so
What's
one of
wrong
my
with that? I done done that all my life, damn near.
Right,
all
we used to
my
do
life I
that.
had to fight, girl.
What?
And
We used to do that
and
Yeah.
all
um
the time.
and so one of my what I'm saying is one of my videos that I'm putting, because you know what my video, you know what my channel is going to be geared toward. You remember?
Yeah. What?
So so the first video that I edited, it actually has me washing my daughter's hair in the kitchen sink, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I
That's
was
what
terrified. I
I
was
did.
terrified last night. I was
I
like,
have
oh my
always
god.
had my hair washed in the sink by my mama
Right.
when I was
Now,
young. And I've done it many times in my sink. But let me tell you, my sons can testify. When I wash my hair in the sink, I move like all this stuff right here.
Everything over to the side. Yep.
Move
Yeah.
everything way out the way. And then when I'm done, I 409 and pine
Yes.
and all that. Like I clean down the counters, the tiles, the tub, not the tub, but the sink, the walls. I'm
Because that's how we grew up.
Ask my kids, I swear. They be like, damn, why
Right.
you like
now
that?
look, now look.
Right.
My mama used to wash my hair in the kitchen sink. My mama used to put the hot comb. She used no, wait a minute. She ain't used to straighten my hair. She used to burn the hell out of me in the kitchen with the hot comb. Okay? Now, when I turned into an adult and started doing my own shit, or even before I started turned into an adult, and when I started doing my own shit, I washed my hair in the shower. And when I did use the hot comb, I got the plug-in one and used it in the bathroom.
Yeah. But see, when okay, I wash my hair in the shower too, y'all. But that sink with that sprayer,
Right.
it's not the same.
The only time I did
I
not
watched.
use now the only when I as an adult, the only time that I didn't wash my hair in the shower was when I permed it. When because I used to perm my
Or
own hair.
put dye in it.
And I
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
perm my own hair. And I
Or
still
put dye in it because you know the dye gonna rinse out with the stainless steel. You don't want to put the dye in the shower.
Right.
perm
And
my
I didn't want it running down my body.
right in that sink right.
Right. You don't want to run it. Right, exactly. That's like a doggone health. It should be a health violation to be running that dye down all your creases and crevices. And then
No,
Right.
now
another
wait a
thing
minute.
was, you know, I wash my hair in the shower, but you have to understand I have a 2-year-old daughter. We've tried
Mhm.
washing her hair in the tub. It doesn't
Oh no,
work. She
she was
hates
definitely
it.
in the sink. My mama used to put us in a little
She
chair
hates it.
on a stool, and they would have us in there washing our
Well,
hair.
we have a long counter, so she
Yeah.
can lay on the counter on like a
Lay
body
down.
pillow,
Yeah.
and then
Well,
I
now
roll
wait
up
a minute.
like a towel up underneath her neck, like she in the spa.
Yep.
And old girl, I get the rinsing, and old girl she be sitting there like, oh man, and
We
it's
used
so
to have
much
to do that to
it's
my
so
little cousin.
convenient.
I mean, the kitchen
Wait a minute.
sink is only for washing dishes. Like when did
They
they
say
have
it's
it?
nasty. Just my five cent now. You say it was y'all say it was nasty now.
No,
Just
but
my
the
five.
kitchen sink is not just for washing dishes and cleaning your meat. The kitchen sink has been used for a multitude of things before 2022. So
Mhm.
everybody I know, all my homegirls, my cousins, we all got our hair washed in the sink. Our mama didn't take us to the shower and throw us in the tub and wash our hair before they braided it or pressed it. They put
And they were saying they didn't go
No,
into the
my
kitchen
mama
with
did
no kind
until
of
I got
hair
too
product.
tall.
And I'm like, well, how in the world did you use a hot comb? You had to literally have the
I
stove in the
mean, how do
kitchen.
you get your hair washed in the tub if you're not taking a shower?
But if you had the hot comb,
Really
Because see, my mama
wasn't the
would set
stove in
me
the
under the
kitchen?
running water.
Well, now
So
see,
she
that's the
She
said you
thing.
say,
in the tub. So she
I
said
take
you
a
in the tub.
shower. I take a
yeah, she would say, here, here's a towel, put it on your face.
And you
And
sat in the tub to get your hair washed.
yeah, until I got too tall.
I ain't never heard no
My
shit like
mama,
that.
girl, my mama
I
didn't get a
had
flat
my mama
tire
have
once.
done it. Now I'm not gonna
Man,
sit here and say my mama never washed my hair in the
I
tub
ain't never heard of no shit like
because
that.
she would sit me in between that
yeah,
tub and that toilet,
Wash.
and you have to kneel down between that tub and that toilet,
that
and
too. Yep.
she get the wash. And, you know, it be uncomfortable, but
No,
she
I don't kneel down. Okay, listen, I have a shower hose, okay, and I also have a shower
no, we're
chair.
talking about when we were younger girls when our mom
Oh,
used to
okay.
wash
Yeah.
our
Oh,
hair
I didn't have no shower
Everybody
hose
I
like
know got
that.
their hair washed in the sink.
in the sink.
As
Yeah.
I got older, I
And
did.
Lord forbid if I tell y'all I let my newborn baby wash in the kitchen sink. Lord,
No,
y'all would think I was some old nasty little hoe.
No, because my
everything.
kids
Do you
had that
know
little bath mat. They
most
had the little
people
bouncy
who
thing.
a lot of
Yeah,
people
I
who
had a
have
little baby
newborns
tub.
still wash a lot of people still wash their babies in the sink.
In the kitchen sink because guess what
Yeah.
I
And they
had?
take this
I
kid
did
and they
I
post
did
the
not like the
videos and
I
post
did,
the pictures of their baby in the sink.
exactly, and I didn't like the baby tub because we live in an apartment and it's so congested in here. So I don't want to have another piece of equipment. I have to be, just laying around somewhere. So what I did was I bought the blooming flower. It's like a little flower. It's made out of cloth, and it looks like a sunflower. And you just set it in your bathtub or your kitchen sink or wherever, and you sit the baby on top of it.
I know what you're talking about.
And it is. I didn't like it because it wasn't practical. But my thing was when I got tired of that, because you had to rinse out all them petals and stuff. So what I did was I bought my baby his own hand, like the hand towels that you buy in the store. And like,
Uh-huh.
you buy washcloths, you buy hand towels, and you buy dry towels. And so the hand towel I put down in the kitchen sink and run the bath water so he don't slide all over the place,
Yeah.
and just let him sit on top of his own personal hand towels that only he uses.
Right, I did
And
that with my kids. They had their own towels, but see, the thing, like you talking about the blooming, the flower, I never heard of that.
girl,
What
that
my
thing is so
what
impractical. It's so impractical. It's a waste of
I
money,
heard of
really.
it, but
see,
I
but
never
what my
used it.
kids had, they had a thing, and it was like it was shaped like the little bouncer things. The bouncer with the
Mhm.
little
Mhm.
it
I
now
had
the
that for
whole
my
thing was
13-year-old.
it
Yep.
did yeah, it didn't vibrate. That was the only difference. It
But we
held
was
the
in a
baby
different house.
and
We was in a house then. Now we in an apartment. You gotta, make good use of your spaces.
I'm gonna keep washing my hair and doing my perms and wash them out in the sink.
In my
And,
sink.
and I definitely took all precautions. I moved all dishes, all appliances out the way all the time. And
Yeah.
I spray it down with 409 and all kind of cleaners after I'm done. So I make sure it's perfectly clean. But
And Tanya, we let them disinfectants and them sprays sit like we seasoning chicken, right?
no, oh my God, like 10, 15 minutes.
10 like we seasoning chicken, child. You had a whole like
That's what
we
I do in
we
my
was
bathroom.
marinating the sink.
That's what I do in my bathroom. I taught my sons the same way. Spray that bitch down, 409 everywhere, pine salt everywhere. Wait 10, 15 minutes and come back and clean.
Even some comment, just so you can
And
have a
comment
little
and
grit, just so
comment.
you can have a little grit on there.
Yes,
Put some
Ajax.
comment on there, Ajax or whatever you need.
Yep.
Even
mm-hmm.
vinegar. I put vinegar on a lot of things, so I use the vinegar a lot. So I use a lot of vinegar and stuff. But when it comes to
One
cleaning, I try to make sure
my
that
son sprayed the toilet and all that. He did all that, put all the pines, he did all that. But he tried to clean it like right after because he's in a rush trying to leave somewhere. I said, that shit need to marinate.
Mhm,
It needs to marinate. Give it at least 5 minutes.
exactly.
I mean, really.
See,
But
Tanya, she understand me. This y'all don't understand. Y'all
yeah.
don't understand.
But just my 5 cent. Miss TR said she's having trouble finding your she said it's going to show you results of sense instead of sense. At the top, it'll ask you which spell you want. Let me see if I can find a link. Hold on.
Yes, with a towel at the bottom. Exactly. That's exactly what I do to my baby.
And let
Well,
me tell
ladies,
you,
I'm gonna ring the alarm.
Uh
We're
oh.
gonna wrap it up in less than 10 minutes, okay?
Uh
okay,
Just my 5 cent. Can you send me your link in my DMs and my IG? My IG is the Hood Table. Could you send me your link to
yeah,
your channel?
all right, yeah,
Because I
and
can't even find it.
I'm gonna show you. Show you. I'm gonna tell you why it's spelled that way. Okay,
Okay.
when I started my channel, and I was in the hospital, and I have a nerve disease, so they had me on um some pain meds, some very good pain meds, and I forgot how to spell sense, CENTS.
Oh, okay.
So when I got out, I left because I misspelled shit anyway, and I kept it. And my computer is being slow right now, which is why it's taking me so long. But I spell shit wrong anyway, so it fit my personality anyway. So I just kept it like that.
I got
Your
you.
little inside joke.
Mhm.
But if it's you and it's very, it speaks to your creativity. I would say
Thank
that.
Mhm.
thank you.
When I tell you this girl right here, she can literally impersonate almost anybody.
Well, we need the link.
Just I
We
need
need the link.
just my 5 cents. I need you to sing that "I'd Rather Be With You" song for
Oh,
them,
oh,
so they can
oh.
see exactly what I'm talking about.
You singing boo?
Yeah, Bootsy.
Okay, okay, okay. Hold on, wait a minute.
Let me go
Cop.
on mute.
Okay, copy. And you know what? I'm gonna drop it in the back chat because it'll
Okay.
be quicker.
Okay. Good. Good. Yeah, that worked.
Paste. Okay,
Okay.
there
Got
we
it.
go. All right.
All right. Got it.
All right, here we go. I'd rather be with you until I'm old. Oh, yes, I do. Rather be with you until the day will fly away. I just love your smiling face in the sun. If I can have you to myself, then life's no fun. I'd rather be with you. Yeah. But I'd rather be with you.
Now.
Can you please sing the Humpty song for them real quick?
Now.
Can
Okay.
you please sing the Humpty song real quick? Real quick. 2
Okay.
minutes. 1
All
minute.
right. All right. Stop what you're doing, cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you used to. I look funny, but yo, I'm making money. See, so yo, world, I hope you're ready for me. Now gather around. I'm the new fool in town, and my sound's laid down by the underground. I drink up all the Hennessy you got on your shelf, so just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty, pronounced with a umpty. Yo, ladies, oh how I like the funk thee, and all the rappers in the top 10. Please allow me to bump thee. I'm stepping tall, y'all, and just like Humpty Dumpty, you gonna fall when the stereos bump me. I like to rhyme. I like my beats funky. I'm spunky. I like my oatmeal lumpy. I'm sick with this. Very funky.
Wow, keep
Now,
going.
Tanya, that remind me.
You
I,
That
ain't
remind
good.
me of Skateland days.
oh
Oh,
yes, skating back in the day,
Tanya,
skating
that
rink.
remind me of Skateland days, girl.
Back
Shit.
in the day at the skating rink, okay?
Hell, and you sitting there doing the Humpty dance on your skates? Oh yes,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
She does
Them is
she does great
You was the
impersonations.
hump.
Y'all gotta come over to Cary sometimes,
and
man. We
y'all
be having
remember?
a whole lit up time. We be lit up.
that's
Y'all
hey.
remember? Miss Chalet, No More Lies, right?
Oh, I can
Hmm.
do that one.
Hmm.
Okay, let Karma do it first.
That song?
Uh
Okay,
huh.
Which one do we say? Nicety? Oh, I like nicety.
Yes, I do too.
You know
Okay.
yeah.
I can never do things that you want me to. The way I appear to you may not be true to you. So don't get your hopes too high. And don't be like other guys, assuming that every. Oh, God, I'm so congested.
Go
Okay.
ahead, give us my 5 cents. You gonna
Go
see?
ahead, because I can't do it right now.
Okay. You say you love me, and I think that is true. But every night my girlfriends tell me I should watch you. Now I say I trust you, but I want you to know I'm not a sucker. Chill out. Your nose is grown, Pinocchio.
You gotta see the rest.
Yeah, you gotta sing the rest now. Come on.
And you know I try.
You don't appreciate the time I take. That's my shit. I'm telling y'all, I can play Miss Chalet all day, every day. I love that
That was a
whole
bomb
album.
ass CD.
Oh my god, and her slow
That
jam,
was
the
a
slow
man.
jams.
That
Okay,
one with her and
Tanya.
that dude. her and that dude, man, that song be playing in my
Was that
If I Make Love, that's what it's called. If I Make
Something in My
Love.
Heart? Is that the same album with Something in My Heart?
Yeah, she only had the one album, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Cause see, I don't know her album. I don't. I just know her
Yeah,
hit.
Something in My
It
Heart.
was a banger. That album was a banger.
If
I'm
I
gonna have to download it.
And that song If with that dude.
Yes, If I Make Love.
If I may love, will I see you again? Yes.
Y'all gonna make me download this album tonight.
Oh, you won't be sorry.
That's my
You download
shit.
it, you will not be
Cause I'm
sorry.
not gonna lie to you, I have not been a big Michelle A fan, but I know her hits. You know.
Oh, Michelle
No, go
was
back.
the shit,
Go
man.
back and listen to it. I'm gonna tell you, just like I'm gonna tell you who else's album I said it hit different from 15 and now 40 is shit. I just had it in my head.
Don't say Monica.
Johnny Gill. Johnny Gill.
Oh,
Nope.
Oh,
That first Johnny Gill album,
yeah.
it hit different. Cause
that's
think
another
about
one
it,
I
we
need to
was like
download
15
too.
when
Yep.
it came out. But now we 40. It hit different. It hits different
That
now.
Lady in Red.
Man.
Lady. Oh, my uncle has seen that too.
What y'all
No,
know
you talking about
My.
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 And Lady du Jour. My son is Lady du Jour when he be singing You're my
good tonight.
love. Oh, honey.
And you
That's his first album.
Yep, no, that was
Yes.
actually because Johnny had been out for a long time.
But that's his first solo album.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
What hit was on his first album now?
That's what it was. My and Lady in Red.
Okay.
I don't know what.
That was his first album.
Because he had sang with Stacey Lattisaw first, and then he got with New Edition.
Yeah.
And then he dropped that album.
Yeah.
But that album was My. It was Lady du Jour. It was Rub You the Right Way.
Yes, I remember the right way.
Weather Friend.
My hands when I touch. Hey. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Hey.
Like I said, it hit different at 40 than it did at 15.
So let me tell y'all something. In my daddy cassette case, because he had a cassette case back in the day. It was R. Kelly.
Yep. Don't say that around Tanya. Look at
Johnny Taylor. It was art. Oh, the pissy pervert, Lord. The pissy pervert, Lord. She done put the pissy pervert on the darn thing. Well, I mean, R. Kelly was hot back in the day.
What she say? Lovely T call him the pissy piper.
Not a whole pissy piper.
I know, like y'all saying it different. When I'm telling you, I don't know, I always had this thing, I guess, with the R&B is like through me. Like R&B is like I used to live R&B, right? So
and I still live it.
It's like even the CDs, like remember Babyface?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I would fall asleep to those CDs. Like I literally would play them day in, day out, fall asleep to them. I lived R&B. So
girl, like
but what my parents
I'm gonna tell you the best album was the Jodeci second album.
It was like
yep.
I do prefer the first one though.
But what I would say is
like the second one better.
No, that first one, I Get Love. I mean, oh my God, that album! I swear to God, I played.
Who you talking about?
Around that time, Tony Braxton, her first CD, I played that day in.
I'm talking about Jodeci's second album.
Oh, we done switched artists. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Jodeci's second album was better than the first one to me.
I like the first
Diary of a Mad Band.
I still like
That
the first.
diary, that's what I'm saying. The Diary of a Mad Band. That's their second album.
No, I still
That's
So
like the
y'all mean to tell me? So y'all mean to tell me y'all don't like the oldies no more?
no the first
Cause my
the
cause
first
my
album
my
was
parents my parents they did listen to a lot of the Jodeci and the Guy and the Houston
oh
right, man.
H
That
Town
Future album,
H
man.
yeah, in the H Town and everything,
A-Town, that's all my
but they
shit.
also
All 90s. That's my
but
shit.
they also put me on a lot of the new birth like Wildflower.
Oh,
They
that
put
is my favorite. One of my
that's
favorite
that's
songs.
one of
I
my
don't know
favorite
nothing about
songs. They
Flower.
put me on the Al Green. They
Uh-uh.
put
Oh,
me
honey.
on. They put me on the what the sister's name? The
Ooh, the Sled, Sister Sled.
I'll take you there. What is the name?
Oh,
Oh, Biddy and
that's
CC.
Mavis Staples.
The Staple Sisters.
Well, see, when I was growing up, I grew up in a really, really well, it was a one parent who was really religious. My dad, he was a totally opposite. But he was like out there smoking, slanging, all that, with my mom up there preaching and all that shit, right? Totally weird relationship. But she was really strict. So we didn't listen to no worldly music. And then
Mhm.
listen to worldly music, even like sixth, seventh, eighth grade, or like steal music from the neighbors just to listen to it. Like no shit. That's when the cassettes was back in the day. So I would steal cassettes. If they left their shit outside, I'd be jacking that shit, taking it home, sneaking and playing it on my little cassette player. But I didn't really listen to as they call worldly music to like
Oh,
Secular music.
secular
Mm-hmm.
worldly.
secular.
Call it the church call it worldly.
Yeah, whirly. Yeah, they do. They call it whirly. Some church, the back in the day churches used to call it
So
whirly.
So when I got grown, like 18, 19, all that kind of shit, I was playing catch up. Cause I really like they was playing something like you listen to Prince, I know who he is, but I don't know all his songs. I know,
Maybe she's just like my mother.
I
She's
didn't know
never
all
satisfied.
and that's why I'm not a Prince. I'm not a Prince fan. I'm not a fan of a lot of people back then because I didn't really grow up on it. You know what I mean? So about the time
Oh, okay.
shit,
Mm-hmm.
when I got grown and shit, it
Man,
was like
War
all
was the
the
shit. And
90s.
Curtis Mayfield. Oh,
Like
you
all the
couldn't fuck
Oh
with him.
man, some Curtis Mayfield.
yeah, all that shit.
Oh,
And that Bobby Womack.
oh, and the
Woo!
Whispers, girl, the Whispers.
Yeah, see, and I
Yeah,
never
the
heard about the
Whispers was okay,
whispers when
but
I got
Bobby Womack, that's a
older.
bad
If
motherfucker
you
right
think
there.
you're low, oh, we got shut down
And
from
see,
that the other
I
night. We
know
were
that
doing
music.
karaoke.
Now,
I
my
know
Now
the
my
music,
daddy,
song
but
is
I don't
Across
know.
110th Street. That's
my
what
daddy,
that is.
Lady Williams and Johnny
Oh, and
Taylor,
no. My
Marvin
favorite from
Cease,
Bobby, my
Marvin
favorite from
Cease.
Bobby
Yes, and
was
Mr. Jacob
Taxi,
Sisters,
take me to
Motown,
the other
EWS,
side of
Super,
town.
War, Curtis Mayfield, Miss TR, naming all of them. But
Y'all
Yeah,
don't know nothing about that Johnny Taylor or that or
I might have
or that
heard it.
Marvin Cease.
I might have
no,
oh,
heard
my
it.
daddy,
girl, honey, I know about
Heard
Marvin
it
C.
from my
Don't play
cousin,
with me.
my daddy used to
Don't play
listen to
with
the
the candy
Temptations all the
liquor.
time.
You don't play with the candy
Come
liquor.
on with the
No.
candy liquor, okay?
Okay, but time's up. We gonna be here all night, y'all, and I gotta get up early in the morning. So
Okay.
we going on
That's
four
what we talking about
hours.
people she don't know about. Okay.
We going on 4 hours. We gonna have to resume this little R&B session next week.
All
Okay,
right.
Yes, thanks. I hate to cut this. Y'all know Karma Diva was supposed to stop us at 3 hours, but
I
we
did. I tried
yeah.
to.
She tried. She tried it, and then we
I
got into
know, I
music and
know,
stuff.
Now
I
you
know.
know it don't never stop
All
exactly at
right.
3 hours.
Everybody, I appreciate everybody who joined
Thank
us.
you so much for having me. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody on the panel. Everybody was good. I enjoyed.
That's my 5 cent, Miss TR. Y'all know I appreciate y'all jumping on anytime. My bro, Miss Sislo, jumped off earlier. Mr. CP, who jumped off earlier. Carmo Diva, my co-host. Y'all know I always appreciate you guys. But everybody, it is Juneteenth weekend, so I hope everybody really, 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 if you don't know the reason of Juneteenth celebration,
Look it up and teach your
teach your
kids.
children. Teach your children. Make sure they understand why the world is shutting down on Monday all of a sudden. So with that being
Huh.
said, stay Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to what?
Keep
Yes,
it
good.
Good. Okay, one more
Yeah.
thing, just my 5 cents. Where you going at next? 'Cause I need to find me another live to go in.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I don't
Hey,
know.
Yeah.
I
Connie, when
haven't
you
checked.
start a channel, Connie?
Huh?
When you gonna start a channel? You said you was doing a little bit of something on your channel, but are you a channel, or are you just post stuff every now and then?
No, I'm not a channel yet. I have another channel different from. Remember I told you I have another channel
Okay. Well, we'll
that
talk
I,
behind the scenes. Just
yeah,
hit me up.
we'll talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
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 just
we'll talk.
send me a friend request on the hood table on IG.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Love you guys.
I love you too.
love you
Appreciate
more.
Keep
Girl, good
it
night.
Good. Bye bye.
Praise
Peace.
like Jesus.
Happy Father's Day.
Mm.
he had to come in there with that.
It's
That
Lord.
was
Happy
also
Father's Day.
weekend.
Yes,
Happy
yes.
Father's Day.
Happy
Happy
Father's
Father's
Yes,
Day,
Day.
happy
Bishop.
Father's
Thank you.
Day.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
yes. All right, you guys. Good
Okay. Bye.
All right,
night.
y'all.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.